The Comedy Store would like you to know that the views and opinions expressed on this podcast are strictly those of the speakers or authors and do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by the Comedy Store and its affiliates.
I was trying to fucking nap. I used to live like right behind Meltdown Comics, and like my window like faced it.
Oh
like,
my God!
I just hear two, yes. Then we're taping TV. Don't do this. And I was like, Brody, I heard you do a warm up. How would it sound? I was like, trying to sleep. Was it loud? I was like, a little loud.
Very loud. Very loud.
Screaming. It sounded like he was like in my fucking room.
What TV show were they doing?
That what was the guy's name? Jonah.
Not
Hill?
Jonah Hill.
No, Jonah. He's like
Jonah, the one who's on MST3K
friends with like
now.
Youssef. He's like Mexican, but he looks like a white guy, tall.
Oh, I don't know any of that.
Well, I like
Friends
all
with
of them.
Kumail. Ah, fuck. I can't. Jonah. I just had it. I lost it.
Damn.
It was his show. He had like a live at the Meltdown.
I remember that being like a hot spot.
Like he had it.
Jonah.
They did the show, and then I think somebody like they sold it to somebody and did like a season or two. Like forget the name.
Oh, I thought you meant Meltdown. They sold that too.
Yeah, I remember
The whole
just,
thing.
Yeah, they just
Howard Kramer was like still holding like bootleg shows like in the parking lot because they hadn't started construction. He was just like refusing to quit. He's like, I love it here. Don't take it away.
That's
It's all I've got.
Pretty much.
There were a few comics like I ran a show called Splat in Santa Monica for a while.
Splat.
Jonah Ray.
Yeah,
Came up with it.
Jonah Ray.
go.
Yes,
The guy.
and when we closed down, because the
Splat. Where was it?
it was on 3rd Street Promenade, like a block over. It's kind of near where the Comedy Union is now.
Oh, okay.
West Side Comedy.
Oh, the
West-
theater. Like,
oh,
so, like,
okay.
near,
It's like a block up from
Oh,
there,
yeah, 'cause
but that
Comedy
didn't
Union's a
exist
little
yet.
further- Yeah.
And when we closed it, like comics kept calling me for like a month after that didn't have any other shit to do. And they were like,
yeah, it's over. I'll still go down there if you want.
they're like, so who would I talk to if I wanted to start a show there? And nobody, they're demolishing,
You're like,
they're sealing off that basement, you know?
The guy with the wrecking ball. Give
Right,
him a
yeah.
call, right in there like Miley Cyrus and get it done.
You can do
Are
a
they starting like now? Because I could go down there like for the next week or so.
yeah. They're like, I still could get stage time, right?
What a fucking business.
You and Monkey Bones maybe could
I
start a
know
show in
it.
the alley.
Let's do it,
I
bro.
don't know if you think he's alive.
don't know.
Definitely. I feel like
Yeah,
these
he's
people
a survivor.
survive. They're like,
Painter used to be like, ask him about his dog.
yeah.
His dog, I guess, like died in his car. He left it in there.
Oh no.
And he's like, he hates it, right?
No.
Are we on?
yes.
Oh, we're on. I didn't know we were on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like,
I was
why is he
lounging.
sitting so bad?
I didn't know there was no one gave me the sign.
I'm so sorry.
Jeez.
I
This
didn't.
is a
Eleanor.
visual
I'll be
medium that
honest.
people need to see you.
I didn't properly introduce.
Yeah.
Jeff is
Oh, we were in the
co-hosting with
middle of
me.
Yeah, it's good to be
because
here.
Rick Ingram is who knows where.
I didn't
at this
realize
point.
when he signed up on this tour with Chris Rock that it would be
Great.
10 years.
Yeah.
He's been gone
God
forever.
bless. God,
That's
I
the
think
deal. By the end of it, he'll be 20 years older, though. Chris Rock will suck all the life out of him.
It's like they say it's like a presidency. So
Yeah.
Rick's gonna come out. He's gonna be all gray.
That's what happens. The older comics kind of just absorb all the life
Yeah,
force out of the
sure.
younger ones.
They have to
Chris.
keep that vitality.
Yeah.
What Mitzi did for years. When I worked the door, she would just
That's what
sink her
happened to
teeth
me.
into my arm and just drain some blood from my
Really?
wrist. Yeah, drink it right down.
True blood.
She's like, is that Jew blood? I can taste it.
That's good Jew
Stop me if
blood.
I get carried away.
You're fired, but thank you for the donation.
Don't die on
Did you
me.
eat hummus today? I can taste it. Ew.
Give me more.
Gross.
Mike Black wearing a good He-Man.
And we have
shirt today.
Mike Black here, guys.
What's it say below it? David Taylor?
No.
Here's the deal with Skeletor.
That's Dave Taylor. It really is.
I don't see
That
any dust bunnies coming out of there.
Mark Taylor, the guy that invented He-Man. Yeah, not enough dust bunnies, and the microwave doesn't look like vomit.
Would you like? But he loves cooking. Would you like some rice? Not from
no.
this kitchen. I
No,
don't think.
I'm good. The rice will escort itself to your plate. It
Would you
doesn't.
like an apple pie? Yeah, again, I'm gonna have to pass. Is it the appearance of the kitchen? question? I think it might be.
It might be, definitely.
Interesting.
But is that how he stays so skinny? He just eats dust bunnies all day?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
and roaches. He has to catch them, though, so it's hard.
He has to catch
burns
'em.
calories.
That's how he runs.
The other day, my daughter and I saw a homeless dude sleeping on egg crates.
Okay.
Oh, man.
And I go, I know a guy who used to sleep on that as his permanent bed. And that was David Taylor. I walked into his room. I go, no mattress? I just prefer sleeping on the floor in an egg crate.
I crunched the numbers, and this is what's most comfortable for me.
Spartan lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
Okay, Dave.
This guy cutting corners.
I find I don't fit on most beds.
They should do a Netflix like Marie Kondo style show with David Taylor.
Yeah.
How to spruce up your house, but spruce it
man.
down a little bit.
That would be amazing.
mattress, sell it for cash.
Burn all of these things.
He has like an office, and
Yeah.
he and his uncle, the infamous uncle who's come
My
around here a
favorite.
lot.
Yeah.
Uncle's in town. Who gives his opinion on comics as well.
Very, very
whether
nice.
you want it or not. But
Yeah.
they
It's
built
always a
this
treat.
table that's like a King Arthur Knights of the
Oh,
Round Table.
absolutely.
It's like 50 feet long. And I was like, how'd you get it in here? Oh, we built it in the room.
Of course.
It's going to stay in here. I was like, what are you going to hack it with an axe? Like, there's no way to get it out.
So it's like one of those old pirate bottle ships.
Yeah, it's in there. You're like, you want to rent this?
Never-
You want this
Yeah.
place? You want an 80-foot table that's up
Yeah.
there?
You just have to saw out this room and take it with you.
And it takes up the whole room. You can barely
It really
get a chair
is
in there. You're
gigantic.
like,
Yeah,
Man.
it's absolutely
I'm going to
gigantic.
sit down here at the head. You're like, all right, I'll be 100 yards.
Yeah, he was helping
Can
me
you
with
pass
something.
the salt?
What? What'd you say, David?
I remember he was helping me with something, and he sat at that table, and I was just like on the other side, but like just, and I just
Yeah.
felt like, all right, maybe I should move over.
This is
And he's like,
ridiculous.
I should at least sit within 15 feet to not be rude.
I can't even hear
Two
him.
of
I
us
can't.
at one end of a really
Yeah.
long table is even crazier to me. Like,
And he's like passing notes like that. Like I'm like, oh, okay.
It's COVID safe. You could sit here 40 feet away from me.
put it in the dumbwaiter. You know?
He's a 14-foot lazy Susan.
Right.
Just spin it around.
What would you like? And dust bunnies come
He's a
out.
topless man who just worked this huge wheel like on a
Soy
ship.
sauce everywhere now.
I love topless men doing it.
I got to
Yeah.
go back to.
now I'm gonna go back to his house.
I got to
I'm
go back
excited.
too. See what's going on
Yeah.
since
Yeah.
I've been there last.
See if he's alive. I always run
Whoa.
into him randomly.
Yeah, he'll randomly text. I guess that's how I.
Like
Do you
I
live near him?
No, but I dine in Westwood sometimes, and
Dine. Fancy.
Oh, look
He'll-
at you, fancy pantsy.
he'll kind of spring out of nowhere and
Oh, I was just in the bushes here.
do that weird Jack Skellington gallop over to where I am, and then we'll eat at some taco place run by college students.
amazing in Westwood.
Yeah.
These UCLA students
There's
are
some-
so stupid.
Do you know who
What
I
most of the
am?
conversations are like.
You're like, Dave, they can hear us.
Yeah.
They're right next to us.
They
Dave,
know
why
how
don't we finish
stupid-
our order before you tell them how stupid they are? Because
Yeah,
I
you're
see this backfiring on us.
What's your major? Get used to working in restaurants.
Let me tell you why you're incorrect. And,
But he lives on the other side of town. Like he just
he
randomly.
appreciates good food as much as I do.
Oh,
Oddly
I
enough,
was going to say he just goes there to
Yeah.
harass the students. That'd
Yes.
be amazing.
That is kind of
Because that
the
sounds
truth.
like him.
I think he gets 2 for 1. He gets great food and he gets
Okay.
to
Look down at.
depress some kids.
You can't even spell.
Take the wind out of their
taco. No,
sails.
All right.
I went to Carnegie Mellon, idiot.
Idiots. That's embarrassing, but yes, he is.
He might have like a separate apartment over there just to go do that.
Yeah, I
pop
miss
out of
my
nowhere.
pseudo husband.
On campus. I heard Saget spent a lot of time at UCLA.
Well, I did not know where you were going with that. It took me a
I
second.
kept
it
it
took me a
clean.
second, and I was like, okay.
I kept it cool.
Sure
We're
you
gonna
did.
do the be cool.
Earl Skakel notes. Be cool.
Be cool.
Be cool. Saget. Do you guys see the David Arnold memorial at the Laugh Factory? You have to wait at the light for quite a bit for it to spin.
Wow.
Oh,
To get rid of the advertisements. They can't just freeze it up on a memorial. I had to wait for like Wednesday night, Thursday,
Even- Did you? By the
Friday.
way,
It
did
flashed
you?
quick. It was a quick, like I was like, that's quick.
Even
Wow.
in death, Jamie's giving people the light.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
like, buddy,
Did you, like-
sign, hey, you need money.
Did
I
you
can put you
miss
up on the
light?
sign for 30 seconds, and then I have to put an ad for the Trattoria place.
Well, I saw it quickly, and I wanted to see if it said their patented "Make God Laugh," but it moved so fast that I missed what
Oh,
it
I
said.
see.
I just saw David Arnold.
Did
like,
you
eh.
pull over to then wait, or did you
No,
just sit at that light?
I got places to be.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Can't just sit around
It'd be
remembering the dead
hilarious
all
if you're
day.
just sitting there looking up.
Comedy
trying to-
Store's old school. You put something on that sign, it stays there until you want it off.
Stays there until the next comic
Until
dies.
someone else died. I was just gonna say.
As we're going right now,
We're waiting.
it's moving. It's
going
quick
quickly.
pace.
I'm hoping to make the sign.
I was hoping
Yeah.
the Queen got the other. Was that the other
You
side?
think this?
You would think the Queen would have made it on the Comedy
think
Store
the
sign.
Queen-
She was a great comic.
She's offered a lot of comedy.
Hilarious.
She was big in England. She broke
Huge.
Eddie Izzard.
Okay.
She was the Mitzi Shore of England. That's
She
why there's a
broke
comedy
Eddie
store
Izzard.
there.
Yes, absolutely. You're right.
Yeah, there they call it knighting. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's pretty
True.
much.
You're a night regular.
Yeah.
Mitzi used to
Sir
make
Elton
me.
John, you can do a half hour.
You're blessed to do a half hour. Mitzi used to make me send cease and desist.
To the
notes,
Queen?
No, to the Comedy Store there.
Oh, really?
Oh my God, yeah, millions
Why?
of them.
Just what were they doing?
Because she don't want. They can't use the name. It's
No, I know,
her
but it's
name.
like, well, what? Damn it! Like, what were they trying to get on TV? Like, what are they?
It
just,
doesn't matter.
You
It's-
need
Yeah.
to
You
stop.
opened
But they
up
never stopped. It never
no,
worked.
and they did it in Australia, and they're not affiliated. They just
Yeah.
all did
They
the
sent
same
over
thing.
some
They were like, "Fuck
convicts.
her. She didn't do it
They
right."
saw what was going on in the UK and they're
Yeah.
like,
Oh, so I
screw
could
it.
just move
Yeah.
to like Africa and franchise a comedy store without
you
being
go.
affiliated?
Sure.
Now I
There you
found
go.
what I'm meant to do.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
It'd be
I
hilarious.
know somebody who will
Definitely
come
the
with me. Well,
Wow.
if I like it here. Okay.
Oh, this is not what I wanted, Jeff.
That's-
Not the demographic I like.
I feel like I was tricked.
Tommy, this is your chance to get back in.
This is.
You'll work your way up the comedy store ladder. You start on a different continent, and you're going to come
You're
back.
gonna be great over there, Cookie.
Cookie,
Go
they're
do
gonna
it.
love you.
Our Cookie jar, he's so sweet. Look how
They'll
cute.
love you.
He's
She
a
said I was
cookie.
handsome. Ever met a man who loved an older woman
And
who was
raved.
not with it that much, saying that they were handsome, using it as a calling card?
Yeah, that's
Well,
something to brag about.
he always did too.
It's on
He
his
always brought
LinkedIn.
it out. It's on his LinkedIn. It'd be so funny.
Mitzi Shore said I was handsome. People were like, what? Said I was handsome, okay?
Did she say you were talented at all?
I was the most talented guy there.
Wait,
okay?
that's what you say. Did Mitzi ever say it?
That's what she said when we were
Whoa.
alone.
When you were alone?
It's the ultimate girlfriend from camp where you're like, when Mitzi and I are alone, you should hear the shit she's saying to me. It's like, can we get audio? What do you want me to do? Wear a wire? Okay.
I'm not transcribing everything for you.
Cookie, are you wearing a wire? She tapped him down.
Did you get along with Tommy, Mike?
That's a
Wow.
A sigh.
That's a
Big
sigh
sigh.
Yeah.
of relief.
It's a loaded question.
There's a lot of
Venom?
subtleties
Okay.
to our relationship. He would put me on at like 1 a.m.
Right.
every time. And at the time I thought, well, that's just him. And then I realized, oh wait, I'm filthy. Maybe that is what it's about. It's not so much him, but he was difficult for me to get along with because
Say a lot of people.
he would I don't know, he would just like
He's not listening.
yeah, there was just
I hope he is.
bullshit.
Hey, Tom, fuck you.
Just he would
He
like
plays it while
hype
he's
you up
playing
with a lot
guitar.
of bullshit, and then you're like, oh, you're
Spoken
Oh,
riddles.
you're lying.
Just,
Right,
just
right.
full of shit.
It was just very little,
Yeah.
like, you didn't
Riddler.
say much.
Yeah.
You're like, what are
Yeah.
you talking about? And you just
Yeah.
went on and on and on. You're like,
Yeah.
dude, I gotta go.
He's like, I've been watching, and Mitzi's been watching too. How?
You're like, I
I
haven't
love
seen
it.
her.
She's been
I haven't
watching-
seen her here.
yeah, she hasn't
she
been
still
here.
knows what's going on. You're like, okay, yeah.
Are you sending her tapes of
Santa,
my performance?
Santa knows you've been good, Mike.
Yeah, it was a lot
All
of
right.
that. A lot of like if you poked at any of the things he said at all,
Yeah.
they just fell apart immediately.
100%.
But then he would do the classic misdirection of like, or he'd switch the subject to something crazy, like off to the side. Like, did you hear about this? And you're like, wait, what? I just asked you a question.
Yeah, we were right in the middle
Wow.
of that thing. Well, I don't know. You and Abravai are the next big thing.
Whoa.
I don't think that's true
I
at
would
all.
put us together, but I like where you're going with this.
Didn't Mitzi
Yeah.
think you were an employee? And like that was kind of how you got spots after the open mic? Is that wrong?
No. Mitzi knew that I was not an
Oh,
employee.
didn't someone
at
think you
all.
were an employee?
A lot of people thought I was an employee.
I think I thought I was.
thought he
I
was
was
an
just here
employee.
a lot. I was just always
You're like, I just
here.
wore the Comedy Store shirt and dark pants.
I never did that. I never did any of that shit. I just hung
But
out
you
a
do
lot.
wear all black a lot sometimes.
It's for his
Well,
last-
just your
it's my
picture.
For his last name.
It's
All
there's a
right.
lot of
Johnny Cash should have been wearing money, not black.
But to say that I got a lot of spots because someone thought I was an employee is that's where
Generous?
the
Okay.
tall tale part of it really is.
It really took off at
it's
the end there.
I got about a spot a week.
What year did you stop wearing the shirts with your face on them?
Yes.
You wore them every time I saw you up here.
I still have.
When I saw about 4 other comics doing it, I was
with
like,
your face or with
no, with their own. That would have been
Draw on
that would
it.
have been great.
You're like, wait, that is long hair. That's me with
that would have
long
been
hair.
a sign of success. But like once it became hack, I
Other
was like,
people.
yeah,
I love hack.
I'm done with it. You know, I was like, fuck that.
I
was
wear
like,
a thong
you know.
with my face on them, but it's bad because no one ever really sees it. So.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's not good marketing.
But I had like
Where's
comics.
the face, front or back?
Front and the back. Back's right up my
I
crack.
liked it. I liked it.
Once other comics started asking me, like, how do I do that? I was like, yeah, well,
Would you tell them or would you give them misdirection?
I would just say, no, I'm not telling
How
you
can
that.
you
know?
misdirect him?
You're like, talk to Dean.
Take
He's
a
got some
picture
good
of
guys who worked
yourself.
down at Venice. How many did you buy at once?
I would just get one at a time.
Just one? I thought you
knew
had,
how to
like-
do it myself, so I would
Okay.
just make them at home, you know.
Look at this.
Oh, wow.
And,
yeah, because you made them I
For
know
like a
Dice
couple
had
years.
them.
I got
have
like
them.
about one a week. I had like one general one that I would make
a couple of.
for friends
Right.
and stuff, but that was about it.
You gave one to the Dice Man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he ask?
He wore it a lot.
Did he cut
Yeah.
the sleeves or did he
Loved
keep
it.
the sleeves?
I don't know,
Question.
actually.
That's a good
If
question.
he cut the sleeves, that means he was
I
really
only saw
really
him
liked
in it
it.
once, and he had the jacket on. So I
Look,
don't know,
it's
know.
you.
That's
Looking
my-
at you. You get it?
He was a lot of fun because he would we
thought
had
it
a
was a
birthday
great
at around the
marketing.
same time.
Yeah.
You know, and so he made me a birthday cake once.
He did?
Do you remember this?
No.
Like,
And
find
I'm
any
go-
bits
I'm
of
gonna go
leather?
with a
Mutual
strong, He
birthday.
didn't make it for
Oh,
you.
yeah, I'm sure you.
Did you get any bits of leather glove in there? Or maybe a cutting accident?
I would love it if what I said was the truth, that he actually like got eggs and powder.
He has a hat on.
I'm just thinking of like when he did what was that Trump show where you
Apprentice.
get fired? The Apprentice.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, we're gonna make cupcakes.
Oh,
he goes,
he
okay.
quit.
And then they're like, they're going, why aren't you doing it? He goes, I was smoking outside, you know. And they're going, no, you have to make the cupcakes. He goes, I thought we go to commercial, we come back and they're just here. Isn't
You're
that
like,
how
Dice, you
TV
playing for a
works?
charity. Fuck the charity.
Like the Tooth Fairy, you thought it was how it would go?
He didn't know
TV
he really had to
magic.
do it. So he got. I think he was the first one fired, and he was so excited.
John Little was up here on the patio watching that. That was the night that premiered, and he was watching it.
wow.
Yes.
And Dice was watching it, and of course, John Little, to be John Little, moseys up to Dice. How you doing this challenge? Watch the show. You gonna bake the cupcakes? I said watch the show. Needles him like 10 more times until the point Dice fucking screams at him. All right, I guess I'll watch it. Just no apology.
Yeah, fine, I'll watch.
Just 50 questions about the
when
Being
cupcakes.
friends with John Little is like having your own biographer. Oh, you know, you're just constantly
great.
answering questions about your life.
You're like, yes, no.
He really does.
choices.
He'll really get in there too. He just
Yeah.
comes right in and asks like the weirdest question. I'm like, dude, why?
He's asked me about 10 times. You like having kids? Yeah, do you think I should have kids? That's up to
No,
you, man.
absolutely not.
That's
the
your-
answer's no.
That's
Always
your
gonna
call.
be no.
That's
Yeah.
your call.
You get pepperoni every time? Every time on your pizza, you getting the pepperoni?
Never diversify it.
Never?
Not once.
No pineapple, no Canadian bacon, nothing.
You're like, John,
This is what I like.
his latest venture was he wanted to, he was going to pass the bar without going to law school.
That is glorious.
I would love to see the test. Just what he thinks the laws are.
What the fuck is this
as
supposed
opposed
to
what
mean?
they
A
actually
tort?
are.
I
Yeah.
would like to see him sitting next to Kim Kardashian taking
Yeah.
the test. That would be
What do
glorious.
you got for number 5, bitch?
Your perfume smells nice. What kind is that? Like,
Your ass always been that big? How do you fit in that desk? These are small desks. They're like, John, sir, please stop talking.
Please don't distract the other
It'd be
testing.
like Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase and spies like us. They'd be like, sir, you gotta stop.
doing the eye patch with the answers.
You're disrupting. The arm falls off.
That's still one of the best scenes in a movie.
oh, excellent.
Fucking
That movie-
Frank Oz watching the two of them just mystified at how stupid they're being. You know?
Yeah.
Turns on those cameras and stuff.
Doctor? Doctor? If you're a youngster out there, check out the movie.
There's $1,000 in here, or maybe there isn't.
Old Chevy. He's done comedy here.
Chevy Chase.
Yeah, that's such a trip.
I wasn't here that night.
I was.
How was it?
It was really good. I mean, it was. He's Chevy Chase.
He's
so
never done stand-up, right?
You give him that, but he's up there and then he's telling stories. It's almost like, I don't know, it's just like his birthright or something. You're just like, yeah, okay.
He's just naturally going to be fun.
Yeah,
Obviously, he's a funny guy and he's a performer, so like that's up two of the main ingredients.
I saw him at, they did a Christmas Vacation, like, retrospective thing, and they had the whole cast there except Randy Quaid, because who knows where that nutty fucker is.
Could be robbing a bank, legitimately.
And Chevy Chase just killed it. He just destroyed with the Q&A part. Like everyone else was just like, just let him.
Good.
Let him fucking answer. Beverly D'Angelo's like,
is a ringer.
He's a ringer, yeah.
Who's the weirder brother pair, the Quaids or Tom Hanks's kids?
Probably
Whoa.
Tom Hanks's kids. I thought you were going to go with the Bridges, because they're
Bridges
weird
is
too.
good.
Yeah.
They are weird too.
Yeah, I think Tom Hanks.
I think Chet Hayes is
that kid's out of his.
what
gourd.
happened? Because obviously the Hanks are
He
good.
might be hanging out with Randy Quaid right now. Who
Hold
knows? They
on.
might be having
Chet?
a road trip together.
What's that? Uh-oh.
Whoa.
Well,
It's our new segment.
Dave Grohl here?
this is so
Is there something
unprofessional.
happening?
Don't do that.
Should we get nervous?
This is the
Oh,
worst thing that's ever
how
happened
dare you?
in the history of broadcasting.
And my favorite is they can't turn it off.
There it is.
They got it. They got it.
I was at a special taping. This dude,
They are bright red in the booth right now. It's hilarious.
What the hell did you do?
They are neon red right
someone
now.
order
amazing.
a telegram, singing telegram.
She spilled her drink all over the keyboard and it just started playing.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
even better.
Oh man.
We had a spill.
Wow.
We had a
Man.
spill. We also, I mean,
boy.
she's having a week. She's having a week.
What happened?
I don't know if I'm allowed to tell it.
You can
so-
tell me.
No. Yeah?
It's just between us.
Sign
You
this
can tell-
paperwork.
It's just between us, but she was at Echo Park, right? I always say Echo Park, sad girl, right? That's
I
like,
saw a Cadillac
shit.
parked in the middle of Echo Park yesterday. So
Glorious.
That's why they used to be Echo, but then
That's
they put
amazing.
Park in there.
yeah,
But this young lady was
Echo Double Park.
Have you? Do you ever go there?
it's right near
mean-
where I live. So yeah.
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, okay. No.
Mike is Hispanic.
I'm
I
in-
didn't know
so-
that.
I'm in
confused.
Koreatown. Which
Okay,
is
that's not what
very
you
close.
said earlier. So, but I thought you said something different. Okay.
No,
You said he was eating
I said
in
I
Westwood.
eat in Westwood.
No,
but I live
I'm talking
in.
about the, anyway. So I'll
Sounds like John
tell
Little.
you in a minute. I'm not trying to give out Mike's address, but
Right.
you can catch him at Echo Park any
Yeah.
day of the week in a Cadillac in the middle of it. So,
I wasn't in it. I just saw it.
You sat in it
I
for a
just
photo
took,
op.
I just took note of it and then kept driving.
You're like, let me
But-
get those plates real quick. In
she
case
was
of murder.
walking her dog, and there's like a little. Is it a lake? Is it a river? It's
a little swamp.
swamp.
Oh
And
yeah, everyone knows the Echo Park Swamp.
Yeah,
Like that area, and
sure.
A little lily pads.
The reservoir.
to the innocent eye, it looks like it's like ground, solid ground.
Ah, I see what happened. The marsh.
Yeah, the marsh.
The marsh.
Yes,
That's a better word.
Do you ever hang out at the Marsh Block?
I do not.
So at the marsh.
Stop at Echo Park. I just
You just
drive by it and
That's
take
not
note
nice.
of interesting things that happen.
Well, you would have taken notice of this young lady.
Of
Her
course.
dog stepped on it. The marsh.
and
He, thinking it was solid ground, he jumped onto it
oh,
and started sinking. And so
Whoa.
then I had to jump in after him.
In the
Did you-
marsh.
Did you ruin your phone?
I took my shoes off before.
Did you ruin your
I don't
phone?
think you had to
Because
jump
you're like
in after me,
phone,
but
phone or
I
dog.
let him die.
well, you could have seen if he could swim.
Well, he can swim, but he was getting all tangled up and.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
so
Mike,
I guess
what
you
do
did
you
have
mean?
to.
Of course
you could
you
have
had to
hired
go out. I
someone
would've
else
went in.
to like. If you had
homeless guy.
$5, you could have said, "Hey, go in and get my dog."
That
'cause
would have been.
somebody-
I don't know if you're single or not, but that would have been a guy's chance to run in and save the dog and be like,
Totally.
It was
yeah.
a homeless guy sleeping right there.
Oh,
And
you
it-
need a new dog? I got one for $1.
That was not Boone.
I got one for $1 right here.
Boone was
What kind of dog was
probably
that?
off.
I can replace it.
Boone was probably on break during that time.
So,
But so what happened? So you jumped in after it.
Jumped in, and then there's the,
How many hypodermics did you guys get?
I might have a flesh-eating disease.
Oh no.
Covered in geese shit. Covered.
Oh,
geese shit. Right. It was a lot of geese shit.
But
I don't.
Did you
Everyone's
get in
doing
your
a walk
car?
of shame that's there.
I put like a sweatshirt on my seat.
Whoa.
Wow.
You're right.
Man,
Yeah.
That is a day.
that's that is a tough.
That was today this happened?
No, that was a couple days ago.
Yeah, I thought I could smell it for a second.
But now she just ruined a keyboard and played a
That was
no music.
wonder. You
that was the
probably-
marsh water she carries around
You
in a
probably
cup.
have some sort of
What's
nerve
that?
damage that's making you spill things.
A voice
you know.
from the booth.
Anything bad that happens after this, I'm gonna blame it on.
Yeah, you're basically a nom-vet now. You've been through.
She glows and
Yeah,
shit.
you've been
You're like,
through the
"I-
shit. You've got Agent Orange now. You know about the guy though that was doing like work in downtown LA trying to clean up, and he was one of those dudes who was like, I do everything barefoot. I'm cool, and he stepped into the wrong puddle and they had to cut his leg off, and he's
Shut.
still doing. Yeah, so
Isn't this a
I'm
Gaylord
just saying, I
Dingler
hope you
joke?
cleaned up really good.
Why
after.
would you tell her that?
Because she needs to know that. I think that's important information to have.
And he's like, and
Should
here's
she-
this.
if you've stepped in a bunch of crazy puddles in
Should
the
she
middle of the
bathe
park.
in like alcohol or something? Like I don't know.
Bleach? I don't know,
Bleach?
yeah.
Should she drink
I
the
would-
bleach?
I'll go bathe in bleach and let you know.
I would detox completely.
Should she drink
find
the
whatever.
bleach?
Just get all the hand sanitizer that you can and just dump it all over yourself. Just
Black's like, here's a saw. That's all I'm telling you.
basically do flash dance, but with hand sanitizer with the bucket and just.
There you go.
Close your eyes, I would say.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do that.
If you want to keep your feet, I'm just saying that's the surefire way of keeping your feet.
Well, thank you guys.
I'm sorry.
Trying to keep you from
MD.
becoming a pirate,
Foot doctor.
basically. You know, like.
Podiatrist Mike
She's
Black.
funny. She's like, MD's in here.
Yeah.
I love her.
She's like, fuck you, Black. I don't
Yeah.
care if I lose a
Oh
leg.
yeah, silly me trying to save her feet. What an asshole who would give her advice to keep from having to be an
Yeah.
amputee. You know?
Telling her to bathe in rubbing alcohol or whatever it is.
Will,
No,
you
what is
fe-
it called?
will you feel some semblance of like I was right if you see her with one leg?
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
of course I will. Of
Look, we
course
like
I will.
her.
Of course I'll be like, yeah, made
We
fun
see-
of me.
That's why I hang out with Black. He's almost like a doctor.
He gives great medical advice. Clean
ever
out
think
your
about-
microwave,
you ever
Dave. That's some good advice. I was not aware that my microwave was filled to the
I
brim
did
with
not
bacteria.
You're like, David, you may die from this. I gotta say.
What's worse,
His microwave looks like a tie-dye.
the marsh or his microwave?
The what?
What would you go in first, the marsh or the microwave?
Would you rather swim in the
If I had to like swab the inside of Dave's microwave and eat it,
Yes.
or swab the inside of the lake and eat it,
Yes.
oh,
Yeah, that's tough.
Wow, that's tough, huh?
I guess the microwave. If I had to choose,
Wow.
neither one is great. We're bleeding listeners right now. People are just getting grossed out. I'm sure.
Special guest.
No,
My pussy's bleeding.
Here's somebody that's still
Special
bleeds.
guest.
Hi, Annie.
Guys, I've had a tampon in too long. How's it going? Can you smell it?
It's toxic.
Is that your J-Lo
Beautiful.
cup?
It is.
I've heard about it.
You've heard about
My
it?
family's talking about it.
And wait, Annie's or J-Lo?
Mine. Annie's big news around my household.
Candace,
How
yeah.
excited I was when you said that.
My girlfriend listens to every podcast of everyone, so that's the only
Oh,
reason.
really?
I have no friends. I just stay in the
You know
loop via
what?
my girlfriend.
Did she tell you how much it cost?
She did.
What'd you think?
He
I thought
asked me how
I
much
guessed
I
more.
thought.
I guessed more than what she
Well,
said.
I'm happy people guess more because everyone's disgusted with me.
No, I
I
wasn't.
think it's cute. Just don't leave it anywhere.
I bought this for $600.
that's a
I had to
steal.
make it.
Look at Black. Jesus, that makes you feel good.
No, I wanted to get the exact one.
What does that say?
Are these real
A-L?
I had them
rhinestones?
say A-LED. I mean, it's like they could have done it a little bit more lined up
Yeah.
because it said J-Lo on hers.
You want that
Oh.
$650 though if you want
You
that
know what
lined
I
up.
want, but you know what I
Perfectly
want?
lined
I'm gonna say I want a free one because I don't promote this lady. 'Cause I
Right.
paid full price. But I'm gonna go.
Okay.
I want a free one. I've shocked the town.
Okay. I like it.
Okay. Everyone knows. Everyone's talking about it. I want a Wawa one.
Ooh.
Now, does the company
I like that.
Right?
give you free lattes when you go in now?
I only put water in this. You know how hard it is to clean it.
I don't.
Do you? Does that unscrew or just only the straw holes? You're only okay.
It's not like that much water. It's
Got
really it's
a
a very
showpiece.
silly
Why is
thing.
it hard to clean?
Because you have to
opens
just
like
like let
that?
it
All the
air
rhinestone.
dry. You don't want them to fall off.
Oh.
Basically, like
Rhinestone
One falls
cowboy.
off, they all start coming. It starts raining diamonds. It's beautiful, but a pain
Are they
in the
blood
ass.
diamonds? I'm just
Yeah,
asking.
yeah.
Did
They
the
actually-
queen give you that?
No. Leonardo DiCaprio actually put these together for me.
I hope you were 24.
He
You're not, he's not giving it to older women.
He did. He had one of his teen lovers.
He does. He is a
Hold the
sweatshop.
glue.
He's
Like-
children labor.
Her 18th
Allegedly.
birthday's coming up. I got to get her something special.
We got to get Leo on the pod.
I don't see why not.
He used to hang out here.
Mike Young could get him on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this pod, our pod right now.
Oh,
a friend.
really?
My pod's the pod I'm on. You know what I mean? Where I'm at and the
That's a good
moment.
way
is
of
my
thinking.
pod.
I like
a
that.
samurai.
Yes, I just got a package in the. Did you bring me a package in the?
Yeah, I brought
Thank
it.
you so much.
That's why I felt like I texted you. I forget, but
This,
I either texted you or
sounds
saying
shady
it,
the
yeah.
way you guys are phrasing this.
We used to live in the same apartment building, and some places just keep sending me stuff there.
And everyone,
And Eleanor gets it for
I
you.
just put it in my car and bring it here.
How do
a
you know it's not
lunchbox. It's a
illegal?
lunchbox. It was a lunch. It was a lunch pail.
Oh,
A
really?
liquid death lunch.
You getting into
pail.
construction?
Aw.
Merch. Yes, I am.
I would love to see you work
I
in
don't wanna leave
construction.
No. Yes, I
In a
am. I am.
rhinestone construction suit.
Yes. I don't know if you see my outfit. I'm in the military.
I love
I
whatever
curb
that
stomp
bra
on the
is,
weekend.
It's working.
Oh, my push-up bra.
It's working.
When I feel
like
fat,
it.
sometimes I put on a push-up bra
I do the
You're
same
to
not-
thing.
make the ratio of the waist go down.
Makes your nips really point out. I find for me.
Now you're wearing a Bob's Big Boy shirt.
I
Tell
am.
me about it.
Never eaten there. Giving
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I
free.
don't think they're soup.
You've never been to Bob's?
Never been.
had-
One up in the valley?
Bob's?
Yeah.
Never
Time
been.
out.
there
He's on
a
a
lot.
first name. He's on a first name
Time
basis
out.
with
I go
Bob.
there a lot.
I call him Mr. Big Boy out of respect.
I look enough like their mascot that they just give me free shit when I come in.
You
They're like, "Oh, you're back?
look,
Okay."
you look like Bob's bigger boy. I don't want to be rude. You make him look like Bob Little Boy.
Bob
No,
Sons
I
here.
do like the original one is really cool.
I thought you said.
Yeah.
Did you say they
They have like
soup?
all these old cars
they had a
and
great
stuff.
soup, a great chicken noodle soup. I really
That's
enjoyed back in the day.
hysterical. I
They
would
just pour it
never
onto the
think they
burger
had
and then
soup.
they dip it.
Yeah.
I drink it out of Bob's.
Everything
Bob's
is
cleavage.
dippable there. It's all that's
Real
the only
story
reason.
is I got off work. I didn't feel like changing my shirt. So where you going?
You work at Bob's Big Boy.
I wish.
I love it.
I
love
wish
it.
I could get that.
Isn't that this?
Make it
guy?
hourly wouldn't be bad these days.
Hell yeah.
You got to go. A lot of comics go there. And,
I've never been.
Jay Leno goes there all the time. And they
I'm
have
good.
All sorts of old cars and
I'm
stuff.
sure he'd
Oh,
love
thank
you
you.
to be telling everyone that's where he goes.
He went to my
He
high
tells
school.
everyone
He
that's where
actually
he
probably
goes.
would like that. Jay Leno's
Yeah, they have
great.
car shows there. Don't
Jay
they?
Leno opened for me once.
Really?
I was like, I had this idea of like, oh, thank you. I had this.
I like this. No, I love this kamikaze
I care a
style.
little bit.
Oh my God, are you okay?
I'm fine.
You heard
Oh my
him.
God, I fucking abused the real guest.
The real guest.
Now
How long do you
takeover.
and Jay Leno know each other?
I just met him in Burbank last year.
Because he went to my high school. Same time.
I was gonna say, you look great.
Super duper senior.
Were you fighting for like who had big
I've been hanging around
features?
for a little while.
He has like a big jaw. You have like
Huge.
big features. You
Did
have a
he
big
bully
head.
you?
I have a small
Gigantic.
chin. That's why I have a beard.
That's his Scottish side that gave him that chin.
Scottish side. I didn't know I
He's
had
Oh
a
Italian
my
and
God.
Oh,
Scottish.
Jay. I
How
thought you meant
small
me.
is
No,
it?
not you.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not Scottish.
How small is the chin? Like
Mine?
it's like
It's like
embarrassing.
an innie.
Have I?
It's like up to my mouth.
Jay Leno has an Audi chin.
Jay Leno's is aggressive. In person, it's crazy.
Did Leno bully you when you were in school?
Yeah, he gave me wedgies all the time.
Wow,
My
what a
friend,
dick.
a good friend of mine, his grandfather was the principal of the high school, and he hated Jay Leno because he was
A bully?
He was just a bad guy. He was doing a lot of bullshit, fucking
Really?
around. Yeah,
Tried to take his
Doing
job.
what?
just like he was just like.
no way.
I think he was a guy who like I don't know if he knew he wanted to do comedy. He just hated school and he wasn't good at school. And,
Oh, Jay, you're cool.
and yeah, then
I knew you were
Yeah,
cool.
don't make me like him.
Yeah, and he grew up. Yeah, he grew up and kind of went the other way.
I thought he was a little rich kid, wasn't he?
I mean,
Or is that- am I thinking of
my
somebody
town's
else?
affluent, but I mean, how does that play into this? You'd still be a bad student if
That's
you're rich.
like a rich way of saying
You're
you're
not.
rich. Is affluent?
I
It's
know,
like that's
it's
like the
so
richy
annoying.
rich way of
Affluent,
saying
but
it.
we
I was on the lower level of
I
that.
barely even knew what that meant.
I had to think about it.
I'm like,
There was a man who served lobster
Do
in
you
the
guys have a
restroom, but I don't
Wawa?
see how that has.
ooh, I love a little
Wawa.
restroom lobster. I would eat it. I would. I like lobster enough that if someone handed me one out of a toilet, I would eat it.
Shut up.
I would.
Ugh.
Not like a used.
When are you here
toilet.
next? Because I would like to make this
Because
happen.
they're covered. Their
They're
shells,
shellfish.
They're,
Yeah.
they're covered. They have
Yeah.
a. They have a.
The new
case.
thing they're
It's
doing
safe.
here for food is they have toilet lobsters outside the original room.
I would take it. They need food.
You
here.
laugh at it now.
You
It's going to
think-
be
yeah,
a big
what,
trend
you
in the
think they'll
coming
bring
year.
it back?
I miss the cookies. I miss the nuts. The warm nuts.
Warm nuts.
Remember the warm
Wait, we
nuts?
still talking about Leno? Or are we talking about?
Just
I miss
life.
his warm nuts.
His warm
Life
nuts.
after lockdown.
On his chin.
I miss your warm nuts.
Where did he open for you?
At Flappers. Now, so I was like, "Hi, Sandy. Davey, I was like, I really want to.
We have another guest?
Yes.
How many
I
people
really
we cram
want
in here?
to cram him in.
If Leno comes in now.
We were going to do 45
gotta
and
hear
then
my
switch
side of
out
the story.
Sandy.
I was in the neighborhood. I could hear someone talking about
It was my first show, like back after the pandemic, and I was like, headline. I was kind of like, not nervous, but I was excited, you know. And I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
I was in my head. I was like, I'm gonna manifest like a great, like I'm just gonna get a bunch of my famous friends to come open for me. It'll be awesome.
Great.
And then, you know, like you realize like nobody really wants to do your show. You keep asking around. You're like, maybe this isn't going to be really like an Annie Letterman and Friends. It'll be
Yeah.
like Annie Letterman and Friend.
Annie Lederman by herself.
Yeah, it's going to be me.
One woman show.
Yeah, it's just going to be me for 2 hours, I guess. And then so
Let's count the rhinestones.
but I was like, I'm going to get famous people. And then like the day before, Josh over at Flappers was like, hey, do you mind if like Jay Leno and Howie Mandel do guest spots? And I was like, I'd actually love it.
Wow.
That would
I'd
be-
actually love it. I'd actually love that.
Did he give you that denim jacket you're wearing?
He did, yeah. No, I took it off as warm
Those
nuts.
buttons are
I
something.
took it off as warm nuts.
Those buttons are great. It's like something out of Robert William Aprovai's little button collection.
I need
Double
to get
as,
you. I used to have
Wow.
Don Barris's little button on here, and then I said, you know what, Don, you're not paying me enough.
Well, you're only sponsorship now. I like this
I'm
new
all
thinking.
sponsored.
You're like, I drove my car here. Ask me what kind it is.
I didn't drive it. It drove me.
She's
it's a
like
Tesla.
Wayne's World. She just has all the logos all over her
Sold out
now.
the corporate
It's great.
sponsorship. Annie
like
Letterman.
I get like a face tattoo. It just says like Hess.
Prada.
Prada. Prada goes across. Prada.
Prada's a
right
neck.
here.
Good ad
Prada's a
space
neck
there,
spot.
you know?
Yeah.
Prada.
Wow.
That Hess up top. I like. Hess? Why Hess?
Mike, did you know Annie's a hypnotist or is training to be? How
No, is that true?
Are you really
Yeah.
training?
Yep.
You said it when I was on here with you.
Oh, that's
How bad is your
right.
listening?
How
skills?
bad is my memory? I'm
Yeah.
almost dead.
What
Leave
are
me
your
alone.
That's true.
hypnotism goals? What do you want to do with that?
I have no fucking clue. I just really like it. It's cool. So then I was like, I'll take the
completely
class
forgot.
on how to do it to like learn more about it.
Do you think
And
you'll
then-
use it
Are
for
you
evil?
going to do like the hypnotize the audience thing where you make them all sleep?
No,
I
I'm gonna
picture
go.
you at a
I'm gonna
bank,
go.
like, you are
You're
feeling
gonna buy my
sleepy."
merch. You'll buy my merch.
You'll buy my merch.
Isn't that sad?
like
what
that
a
you do it
low
like
goal. I can make them do
Angela.
anything, and I'm like, buy a T-shirt.
You're like, just like me.
Do you guys like socks?
Just like me.
Yeah, you're gonna laugh at this next joke. I'm
That's
following
amazing.
Sebastian tonight. That's fun.
Oh, cool.
Maybe you should
In the
hypnotize him before, maybe.
I mean, like, be
Sabotage him.
sleepy. Be real
What
sleepy.
time is your spot?
Like soon.
I'm
No,
just asking
probably.
because
Have you seen the
have
rhinestone
you
cup?
seen this girl? And
The diamond
And
cup?
one night you didn't show up, and he was like, "I gotta bring up Lederman," and I go, "That's not her name."
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm a natural born
Letterman.
leader. It's a common misconception. People want to go.
When the way it's
Yeah.
spelled, I think the D, because if it was letter like
it's
Daniel.
the leading. It's more
David
being a
or
leader.
Daniel.
Kind of like people look up to me, but
she's
that's
a
fine.
boss.
You're
bitch.
hypnotizing the audience right now. People are like, oh, she is a leader.
She's a
Yeah.
leader.
You want to know why I canceled the other night? Because I was sick for 5 weeks.
Oh, wow,
I had a
for telling
cold
us.
for 5 weeks.
that's crazy.
That's COVID. That's not. You, did-
All the
you didn't
tests
have
said
a
no. I
cold.
went to the doctor. They tested me.
That sounds like you're pregnant.
Okay.
Ooh.
The baby's.
I have two. So I
baby's
know.
trying to leave.
I know about those
Pregnant with
5-week
lung
colds.
disease or what? Like,
Are you pregnant?
You're pregnant and you work in a mine.
I'm
This lady
pregnant
sick
in
for
my
5 weeks.
fucking asshole.
pregnant.
Can I be the
I'm about
godmother?
to push it out, if you know what I mean. I got to take a shit.
Who will your pregnancy be sponsored by?
My pregnancy will
Oh,
be
that would be
sponsored
amazing.
by
Up a baby. They make that shit.
him.
him?
Him.
Because I'm not fucking him if he's bald. No offense.
It also
Thank you, him.
having a kid can thin your hair post.
Hey, you know, that's true. But also, my boyfriend does take Hims, and one of the side effects is it makes your sperm thinner.
What?
Thinner.
It's not as chewy and chunky as I like it.
Wow.
I like a chowder.
Like a Campbell soup commercial
Man.
you're doing here. I
I
like
was looking
this.
forward to sucking your boyfriend off, but now,
I
Now,
know,
who wants
it's no
that
you don't get your calories anymore.
now, I
Now that
don't
we know
think
he's
I'm-
packing diet sperm,
boring.
It's very watered
Todd Light,
down.
huh?
sperm zero.
Wow.
Todd, I'm saying, imagine.
There goes your crunchy peanut butter sponsorship.
For a second, when you said that, I was like, did I say the wrong name?
Ew, racist. She's like, did I say another
know.
Asian's name?
Bobby? I only know a few Asians.
Dr. Ken and Annie.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm manifesting
Yes,
it.
I'm Ho, his wife Ho. Remember, I love you, Ho.
Ho Letterman.
No.
That was his.
On ESPN, he
Special.
did it.
Who is this?
When he's on ESPN, he said something about a hoe, and he's like, "That's my wife's name." He like said it
That's his move.
Frazier wrote it because he went to a
funny.
game with him.
Frazier wrote jokes for him.
No, but Frazier was at this game because it was in Michigan, where Frazier's from, and he's like, "I'm here with my friend Frazier Smith." I was like, "What?"
Wait, I'm so sorry. Frazier lives anywhere but the Comedy Store and the Improv. I can't imagine he
Michigan.
exists anywhere than when I've seen him.
Man, I'm hosting this
The
game.
Laugh Factory, yeah.
All right,
I'm hosting
I have to go
this game.
perform. I have to go perform. Thanks for letting me do this, you guys.
He said, I'm hosting this
Annie,
game.
good luck up there.
Annie, kill it.
Worst comes to worst, go hypnotism.
Yeah,
Break that again.
hypnotize them and make sure they laugh at us because we're on later.
Annie,
I don't
can't
know.
you
We'll
see? Sometimes your comedy hypnotizes me.
I just love your trashy ways.
Favorite comedian ever, and I'm your favorite comedian.
There she goes, your favorite comedian, Annie Lederman. So we were going to split this podcast in half. Is Sandy still down here?
Oh yeah, he's hanging out like
Oh,
a deadbeat dad.
I didn't know he was
Sandy
scheduled.
Danto.
Yes.
Mike, you're
Do you need me to
welcome to
leave?
stay if you want, but we were going to,
Well, I'll stay for a while.
it's up to you. It's all.
Hey, how
Now
come
it's
when a
weird.
motherfucker dies, he can't get his name on the fucking marquee out there?
R.I.P.
Man.
Skeezy. I forgot. We got to change the
Skeezy.
marquee.
Hey, you better be taking that Buster off of there.
You know what? We put R.I.P. Skeezy up in the hills. That's why we put it on that sign.
I
up
burned
there.
it into
Is
the
that
hills.
cool?
Started a few fires, trying to do it.
Hey, Mitzi told me if I die, she passed me, dog.
No, you passed. You
Skeezy,
passed.
He did
That's
it. He did it because Angelo got passed post mortem. So he thought, "Hey, this is my
yeah,
shot."
that's what Tommy be telling me, dog.
Guys, Sandy
Skeezy.
Danto is here. We're just gonna keep this
R.I.P.
rolling.
Skeezy.
By the way,
Are you
Skeezy-
enjoying heaven, Skeezy?
Hey, yeah, I didn't think I'd make it up here, dog.
Wow, you're there.
Hey, yeah, I'd just be chilling with Hitler up here, dog.
Skeezy's,
Yeah.
You
let's
might
say
not
who
be up.
Skeezy is in early
Yeah.
2000s to mid. When did he
Yeah.
leave?
Like
here?
mid 2000s.
Open mic legend. He would punctuate his
mic
jokes
legend.
with Skeezy.
He would yell
Yeah.
Skeezy. He had a neck tattoo that said Skeezy.
He very erratic. He would yell at me to the point of tears more than once about
Hey,
getting
you gotta put me up on potluck, motherfucker. You be putting all these fucking
Here it comes.
dumbass motherfuckers, unfunny Tony Hinchcliffe people that never be making it, dog. You gotta be, hey, I got multiple sclerosis.
Then just
dog.
tears, straight tears, and I'm like,
Hey, you gotta,
Right
hey,
into
you gotta
tears,
be
yeah.
helping me out, dog.
just
We
me
gotta
and him-
help each
me and
other
him in the line,
out. Hey,
like-
nah, fuck you.
Yeah,
You
like-
a bitch.
and I'm like, Skeezy, these aren't my decisions.
bipolar.
And I'm like, whoa, okay.
It was like bipolar and multiple sclerosis. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Did
insane.
he really have multiple
I don't
sclerosis,
think,
or was that just a bit?
I think he.
You think it was a bit?
He knew that Pryor had it. So he's
Shut
like,
up.
hey, if it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me.
I used to walk home from here, which was a really bad decision. At like 2:30 in the morning, after employee
Especially
shift.
back then on Sunset with all the prostitutes walking
It
around.
stopped.
Glorious.
It stopped from numerous. I witnessed like numerous crimes. I was like, okay, I got to stop doing this. But I was walking it, and all of a sudden, I'm right in front of what's the strip club right across from on Sunset, like right down.
Oh,
the street.
live nude?
Or
Oh,
girls,
no.
Crazy
girls.
No.
Crazy Girls. Is that
Crazy
it?
Girls is on La Cienega.
It's the one right on Sunset, across
Yeah,
from what
it's-
used to be
Yeah,
whatever Miyagi's.
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
whatever.
It's
Anyway,
right near
it's-
Dublin, right near
I've driven by it so many millions
Like,
of
I've been in
times.
it a lot. I
Wait.
just
Body Shop.
Body
Thank
Shop.
you. Thank you.
a woman comes up with it.
Yeah,
body.
that
We're
would
all
be
like-
the body
I
shop.
was trying to see it.
Can't
but
think of it.
I
once-
love that.
I'm embarrassed. I had a business meeting with him in there. He's like, look at that asshole. Anyway, let's talk about some. I'm like, all right, interesting spot. So I'm walking in front of there, and I see a homeless dude just sprint at me from like 20 yards out, jet black hair, and then stops. He's like, "You should have seen your face, dog." Skeezy. I go, Skeezy, look at your face. I thought you were a fucking homeless guy. His hair wasn't jet black. It was like dyed. I was like, "You in the
Hey,
front?"
everybody thinks I'm retarded.
What do you mean thinks?
Hey, fuck you,
Oh, I'm
Eleanor. My
sorry.
wife's waiting out in the car, dog.
I'll bring her in. Bring her in.
Hey, nah, she has strict orders to stay out.
Didn't he die in like April? Because I saw Benji posted it. Like, and
Benji-
it was like an April
Yes.
of this
But
year.
it's new news as of this
News to
week.
us,
He
yeah.
broke it.
Yeah, Benji did
That's
break the news.
crazy.
Was he
He's-
just digging through archives?
He
of
sent
Skeezy
me.
news?
He's on his honeymoon,
Yo, why is he looking
and he
at
sent
You're
me
like,
a
honeymoon not going so
screenshot.
well, huh? Oh, the wireless here is great.
Benji?
He sent me a screenshot of the obituary that his mom put on Facebook or whatever.
Yeah, isn't it an obituary? It was just.
It was a nice
just her.
tribute. It was AKA
It
Shane's
was
mama.
sweet.
Yeah, exactly.
It
She
was-
should get into stand up. Do some of his
Hey.
old bits. Why let him go to waste? That's what I say. Mama Skeezy. Skeezy. There's a woman up there.
What if she just does like he does? Skeezy.
It's like, Shane would have wanted it this way. He was good
Hey, my
friends.
mom's stealing my shit, dog.
He'll come back.
Yeah.
Because he's still mad at you.
Yeah, he accused you with that.
He's
right?
gonna haunt me. He's haunting me.
Yeah,
You can do his whole. You can do 50 minutes on.
He
that.
went away to prison and came back. And Kate, remember,
You
Katie?
make it sound like it was a quick trip he took. He went there for a few.
Trip.
He was gone for a few years.
What's good about this guy is back in those days, general manager Dean the Nightmare Gelber, he would be he was good friends with Skeezy. That's the general manager of this club. Bro, he's a good guy. Dean, I don't know.
Dean, doesn't he owe you like $6,000?
Bro, he's good for
Don't
it.
bring that up.
He's in prison. He'll be back. Oh, he will, Dean. He will.
He came back, and Katie, the waitress,
Yeah.
told him that I was going on the road as him.
And this fucking guy, Sandy, fucking
Sandy
Danto,
Danto.
doing your fucking voice out there.
Hey, yo, you sound
It ain't
familiar.
right, Skeezy.
I can hear her going up to him going, you sound familiar. I know what it is. That fucking Sandy Danto's doing all your shit.
I could just imagine his reaction. He's just screaming at her. She's like, I didn't fucking do it. She punched him in the face.
Let me see your cock. How big is it? Let me see your cock.
I was gonna say
You got a big cock?
this almost guarantees
Yeah.
that it's gonna end in a grudge fuck between
I
the
only
two
fuck
of them.
9 inches soft.
This is
Eleanor.
like Carl
9
and-
inches soft.
I don't know who's who, but this is like Carl Slingblade and the boy. It's like,
Right.
I like the fucking way you talk. I like the way you talk, dog. They just start kissing. They're both Carl, I think, in this analogy.
My favorite thing that Skeezy ever did, he saved my
Whoa.
life one night.
What?
Hi, what?
Me and Dave Taylor.
This is turning into a real tribute.
We were watching.
The way it should have been all along, dog.
Sorry about David Arnold. Skeezy.
Yeah, David Arnold, we glossed over you, but we're spending a lot of time on
My
Skeezy.
fault. You're still up there, though, my man.
We were walking back from Mel's, me and Dave Taylor,
Okay.
and we don't notice.
I thought you were
but
like me, Skeezy, and David Taylor.
it was just the two of us. But we get
Come
to the
and knock
comedy
on our
store,
door.
and we're going back to our cars. Everything's closed. It's 4 a.m, and we hear, "Hey, not these two." And we turn around, and there's like 2 dudes behind us, and they're like, "We wasn't doing nothing, man. We're just walking." And he goes, "No, you was perpetrating." And they were like, and they just took off. And
Skeezy was a vigilante?
yeah, he saved our life. I don't know why.
Man.
Hey, one of my favorite comic influences was Robin Hood.
You mean Robin Williams or?
Robin Hood Aprovian.
Oh, I see.
Here's $10, Skeezy. Thank you for saving my life.
Hey, David Taylor, you think you gooder than me?
I'm a lot smarter than you and your mama. I've read her Facebook posts. Here's the deal.
I wonder if David knows.
Oh, David knows.
he does,
He
yes.
picked up on it. He was like, well, we need to up our street IQ because like we should have been aware that we were getting followed for like 2
no,
blocks.
not
But
that.
yeah.
I mean that Skeezy
Oh,
passed.
The
Skeezy's
news.
passed.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
'Cause
I don't
we
know.
just
The
heard
breaking news from April.
The breaking news from April that we just heard, what, 2 days ago?
Aflalo and
Yeah.
Bernstein working
Yeah.
on honeymoon. Talking to Deep Throat. Where is he? Bora Bora? Where is Thornton? Walking the beach.
Bali, Bora Bora, somewhere like
Some
that.
guy
Yeah.
walked by, he's like, Skeezy died. You're like, who's that? Who's that guy? What if Skeezy's faking his death? This could be getting out of
And
tax
he's
money
in
or
Bora
something.
Bora with Benji.
Remember he was selling T-shirts down at Venice Beach. Dean
And
put him onto
artwork.
it.
Hey, you in the market for a poster with Marilyn Monroe with neck tattoos,
Whoa,
wearing
wait a
Bloods
minute.
and Crips colors in front of the Hollywood sign with holding 2 guns?
And
That's-
Dean's like, bro, he's a good art. I'm like, Dean, come on.
Did he
Promote him to me.
He drew that?
And I printed it myself. I printed it.
Dean Gelber Incorporated.
Thank
on
you.
Shark Tank. Bro, I'm here with Skeezy.
Dean was like the Mark Cuban to all the fringe of society.
It was like the
What?
Whack Pack meets Shark Tank.
Holy shit. The
Skeezy.
Dean 15.
His tombstone better just say Skeezy, if there is one.
Just- that's
Not just a
all.
rock.
with an exclamation point or none?
5 at least. I don't know if they can afford it, but if there's a GoFundMe, I'll give a couple
Yeah,
bucks.
I'll give a couple bucks too.
I'll buy an exclamation
I
point.
bet the Comedy Store legend Davey Webster's probably, I could see being upset about this.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
Well,
Skeezy's
he had
guy.
MS too.
He had cerebral palsy.
Oh, that's right.
Like he was real high functioning for having MS for his whole life. He was born with
Cerebral
MS.
palsy.
Youngest case ever.
They don't all just blur together, Eleanor. You can't just,
Like Eleanor, he had asthma. Oh, it wasn't MS.
maybe the doctors in Philly do it differently.
Hey,
but
man,
they're
we
like,
have our
"That's
own
all."
diagnosis. Maybe I went in that marsh pit. I don't know.
Marsh pit? What conference are you going to?
He's got janky leg, like everybody else got.
The girl in Echo Park.
Davey Webster, a comic from that similar era, came back to work the door as a man with cerebral palsy as a security guard. But he once told me, because at the open mic, he would spend fucking hours
He
out
will
there.
fuck you up.
He's like, I played, I was quarterback for my high school. It's like, what? I can run pretty fast when I get going. I was like, I'd like to see the other students. If they're like,
greatest-
you're our option for QB, man.
Yeah, I saw him absolutely fuck some people up.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
As
he
a
had-
door
He
guy.
had crazy knuckles.
Yeah.
He would play
He
Bloody
was
Knuckles.
crafty with a knife,
I
too.
hear that retard straight up.
I once saw him punch a woman. I think I've talked about it on here before.
I've never seen that.
I believe you have.
It was
but-
like either a stripper or a hooker. Because Sundays they would make you come here during
Does
the
it
day.
matter?
Definitely a woman.
Sunday you have to come here at
got
like
that.
noon or like 1 p.m. Sign up.
Oh, yeah,
Go
yeah.
home.
Sit
come
out,
back for the fucking open mic drawing. Like it was like so
Yeah.
prestigious. But during that time, this stripper / hooker wanders in, like beyond wasted. And she, like within 10 minutes, she's sitting on the, like where people sit out there. Like
Right.
she lays on it, pulls her panties to the side, just showing her pussy.
Sure.
Great comedy store, open mic legend Scotty Barron wanders over. And I
With
just see
the-
him like,
with the
I see him look around. Talons her titty and then just like hustles away, and I was like, oh, this is getting crazy.
Yeah.
And then a fire truck pulls up, and people are like, hey, man, this lady's like, some of the normal people are like, this lady's getting a little She walks out to him, starts walking the side the catwalk with him, like, hey, what's going on, guys? They just like, have a good day. Let her go. There's like, go on back in there. And then she looked at Davey. She's like, fuck you fucking retard. And you see him just change. He just punched her in the face. He made a loud bam.
Wow.
And then he just like, he limps off to the back. Oh, I want to get arrested for this shit. And so the cops come and like,
He's taking his Comedy Store shirt off.
I think his he was an open micer then. His
Oh,
caretaker, I won't say his name because he doesn't deserve it.
Right.
He's like, I didn't see nothing there, so. And so this open mic guy's like, he's right back there, narked him out immediately. People are like, what the? Yeah, people were like, what's your problem,
man.
dude? Like, yeah,
that's fucked up.
Yeah, you shouldn't hit a woman, but like, you did kind of provoke him.
Yeah.
And he has cerebral palsy, so they're fairly equal.
She poked the bear.
Are they fairly equal, you idiot?
So the
That-
cops got him. They cuffed him. They
Oh,
talked
no
to him
way.
for like 10 minutes or so, and they let him go. So everyone win-win for everybody.
And she made it to the body shop in time for.
And Scotty Barron got a free feel. No
Scotty
charges.
Barron's, that will forever haunt me. An old man
And he
in
just
jean
honked her
shorts
tit.
in a cheap leather jacket with his guitar that wasn't in key. Just go, and then he just hustles off. With the speed he hustled off with was so disgusting.
Oh, gee.
Like a rat.
I don't like the panting that went into it.
It was like
Yeah.
it was like a rat getting the pizza and then just hustling off. And I was like, oh, sick.
Oh, that's
So
so
bad.
gross.
I hope that lady's doing well. I'm assuming she's.
I'm
Is
sure
that
she
is that considered shoplifting? if she's a prostitute?
I asked her.
Oh,
I
yeah.
did ask her.
So that's a double charge. It's a stronger charge, right?
She came back the next
exactly.
week and showcased
Sexual
her Mitzi.
assault
You can
and
double
stealing.
down.
Yeah,
It's like Brody getting molested in a.
in a work zone.
That
Work
woman's
dog.
name, Annie Lederman, came back, turned it around.
Yeah. that
Now
punch
it's a
to the
story
face
of
was rock
triumph.
bottom for her.
You started at the bottom. You can only go up, okay? Hang around.
Oh my
Scotty will
God.
behave himself, okay? I talked to him.
Triumph of the
really?
spirit.
Made a mistake.
That what he did, Tommy?
Scotty Barron's dead as well. A lot of the guys I open
Whoa.
mic with, a
Did
lot
he
of the
die?
crazier guys are dead.
What you're saying is our time is dying.
Yeah.
We're old.
Who is it?
And open micers, the crazy open micers don't
All
live
the old
forever.
relics
Blue
have
Iris
died
is dead.
except for us.
Blue
Who is
Iris.
Blue Iris's son?
Oh yeah, he was
He's
crazy.
dead.
Barton
Yeah.
Neiman, he's dead?
That's what I heard.
One of the great anti-Semites of his time.
Yes. I remember
But
that.
was Jewish. She's like, don't do this, Barton. I raised you Jewish. And he would just be like, I hate Jews. And he never blinked. And he would always stare at me in the Ding Dong Show when he said it. And I was like, does he know? I'd be like looking around. Like, is there anyone else?
Staring at you.
Do Blue Iris more.
Hey, Barton. One time, because I opened mic with Blue Iris, who went on to do Stern and granny porn. And she would sit in the back
She
with
got
her.
successful.
She'd come in the
Yes.
back where all the comics
Great
at
credits.
with her with her husband.
Who books that? No.
Be cool.
She'd sit in the back with her husband and her son, who was like 50. He wasn't a young guy. And she was up there like, hey, guys, I have a huge cyst on my ovaries. And Barton turns to me and he goes, isn't my mom great? No blank. I'm like, oh, she's really something up there, Barton.
Yeah.
Barton bit the door
good
guy,
mom.
Freddie Lockhart.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking bit him. Which, I don't know, bite by
Is
Barton.
that what happened to Freddie?
Yeah, that's why he disappeared.
Man.
He turned into Blue Iris after that.
He got bit, and then he ate David and Taylor's microwave.
Only during a full moon. He turns
Yeah,
into
yeah,
Blue Iris.
Yeah.
Somebody I know, I won't say who it is. I don't know if they want this information. They shot a porno with Blue Iris. So I was
Behind the camera or in front of it?
behind.
Okay.
I was shown. I was shown.
That makes
The,
a big difference.
I was shown the cut, the rough cut, and it was a rough cut.
Yeah.
It was her and Ron Jeremy,
Oh,
who was past his prime, which I don't know if there was a prime, but he was like doing like he was so
past his prime in performing on camera or raping?
both.
Ooh,
He
I
was
like
he was
that.
so bored with the scene that and I think he couldn't get hard because it's an 80-year-old woman with a blue wig, and he's like, watch
She didn't
this.
have
He's like, here's a
teeth.
trick, like to pretend like you're hurt, and he would like squeeze his dick and it would look hard, and then he would let it go limp. And she's like, I would fuck you, but I have a 14-pound cyst on my ovaries. And I was just watching the rough cut, and it was like 2 hours. I was like, yeah, it's pretty good stuff you got there. I don't think it ever saw the light of day.
Sandy, your face was tremendous. You were like,
14 pounds. I'm
does it
going to
get
use that
that
dirty
big?
talking back.
How many women just got super horny out there?
how does that get that big?
Yeah, baby, I'm about to come. Tell me about your 14-pound cyst on
You
your
gotta
over.
feel it somewhere.
It's in my throat. Barton,
lucky.
take it out.
It's laying on my lungs. Jesus.
That's taking life away from me, just knowing that exists.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find that porn.
I could get you guys copies, I think.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I'm good. No, you're not.
On what format? Laserdisc?
They're buried with
VHS?
Skeezy. Oh, everything you want.
Blu-ray. It's on
Blu-ray.
Blu-ray.
It's
on
audio
Blu-ray,
only,
good.
podcast
It's
form.
4K remastered.
VHS if you want it, beta.
It's an 8-track.
Spielberg did some commentary on it. It was his brother.
He was the executive producer.
His brother Ronnie Spielberg.
His not so successful
I know
little
it
brother.
looks fake, but it's real.
I realized
He's the Steven Spielberg of the Valley.
Right.
I realized this place may not
Bob's
be.
Big Boy. That's where he found him.
You got it.
Never been. I realized this place may not be as good as I thought it was as an open micer. On a Sunday, I see a
How dare you.
young Tom Morris at that point, the talent coordinator / front booth man. What do you call that thing? Is it a booth?
Yeah. By the
He
way,
was the maitre d' of the
wait,
comedy
can I
store.
ask you a question? Did you guys look at this place as like a Mecca kind of a thing? Like when you started stand-up?
I was intimidated by
read
it.
Judy Carter's comedy Bible, and I was like, "Well, I guess it's the comedy store then. I've got to go
She
there.
ruined your life.
I've got to do my 5 minutes."
So what did you see that made you know this place was
So
glorious?
early on, I see Tom Morris get out of his car that I would later find out smells terribly when I worked a lot. Like fish food and bad Jacksonville hair. He gets out of his car, and Tommy Morris is a very thin man, like a beanpole dude.
Yeah.
He's wearing like a very form-fitting wife beater because it was before his shift.
Well, you got to stay trim in Hollywood.
I'm thinner than Jim Carrey, okay? Why are you angry
Interesting.
about it?
Yeah.
He gets
Because I
out.
haven't eaten in
He walks.
weeks.
He parks in the lot, gets out, comes to the front patio because he's like hobnobbing, like, well, I'm here, okay? Kisses Blue Iris right on the mouth as a greeting. As a greeting.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No way.
Hey, Tommy. Wow. I'm like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, I know I've been here a week. I know.
Well, she has heat.
She has
coming out of her mouth.
Lots of it.
It's itchy.
Oh, man.
We share wigs.
Taste the cyst.
Did you guys have a moment?
Taste the cyst. That's a good ad for any of you.
That's the name of the porno, actually.
Taste this cyst.
They should release it now, maybe for some, people for Ron Jeremy's
Nostalgic.
heat.
Yeah.
Prison heat.
Ron's got heat. She's
She's dead for a long
in
time.
heat. She's in a lot of heat.
She's no
now.
family to object to it.
Wait, did you guys notice anything crazy like that made you think this place was a little off?
The first time I came here, a friend of mine brought me here who was meeting with Mike Young, both from the Detroit
Your
area.
friends with DiCaprio?
Yeah,
to get
dude,
him
we
on the
both wear
podcast.
headphones when we fuck. And
Listen
Dice
in
was
the
on
blue
stage, and I
iris.
just watched Dice for like 25 minutes. I was like, all right, I gotta keep coming here.
Oh,
And
wow.
then I met Paulie like a week later.
How'd that go?
It was at that house above here,
Yeah.
and my friend introduced me to him because he didn't want to work for Paulie anymore, and he was foisting me onto him.
Okay.
I got a guy who'll work for you.
Yeah,
It's not so bad that I'm leaving.
Yeah.
New blood.
And he's like, yeah, he was like very low key. He was like, yeah, you'll just come to my house. And he was like talking kind of normally as he could.
Right.
He's like, I got to impress this guy.
Yeah.
To work for me.
And then he's like telling me what the intern responsibilities are.
Intern.
And
right,
then
right.
he's like, dude, you're working for the Weasel.
Just out of nowhere, he turned into that.
Exactly. And then after like 6 months,
That's the Polly I'm waiting for.
I was like, ooh, okay, I'm in.
Now
Yeah,
we're here.
He
like,
feels comfortable
we're going back
around
in
me.
time. This
Yeah.
is the 80s. Let's do it. Yeah.
I had a Hollywood montage in my head.
Right.
We went to the body shop afterward. We had our next business meeting there.
I didn't see you at my business meeting. You must have been in a different cubicle. You see the fax machine?
They do have those big booths in there, don't they?
I don't remember it. It was the only time I'd ever been.
I haven't been there in a long time, but
haven't
we
been
used to
there.
go back and forth. Like when I waited tables
there.
here.
You waited there. You had the sister program.
Yeah.
We would go there late night. They would come here. Like we would always, the staff
I remember
would always hang
the
out.
people from there
Yeah.
used to always be over
It was an
here.
exchange program.
Pretty
Yeah.
much. We,
There was a new stripper hanging around.
we were all
we
in the
inherited
shit
her.
show of Hollywood.
When I first came here, I thought Joey Diaz was Big Pussy from The Sopranos.
I did too.
For like a month straight, and then I was like, "Wait, this guy is a Hispanic name. I don't think that's him."
The first
he
time
wore the velour suits. He was leaning into it.
yes, he was trying to
From
go
Jersey.
for that.
So yes, that is normal.
You think that was his normal attire?
Absolutely. He still wears
Then why
it.
did he have a bald guy that he was paying who looked exactly like Gandolfini? Hey, stick with me, cocksucker. Stay on my shoulder.
I met him like a week before I came here for the first time.
Diaz?
Yeah. Wow. At the weed shop next to my apartment.
Naturally.
I wonder what
And
he was doing there.
He was just on a stool. So put this one in for me, cocksucker. And he was just
Treat it
like
treat it
hitting a
like buffet.
bong.
I'll
He
try
was-
some of that.
He was just. I was like, what is going on?
sitting there
And then
smoking.
I really thought it was Big Pussy because this guy was just asking for everything, and they were doing everything that
Oh,
he
yeah,
said.
yeah.
And he's like, come to the comedy store.
They're like, sir, we don't feel comfortable putting this in an empty Chinese food container. Put it in, cocksucker, on top of the egg rolls. I'll fuck around with it.
Dip it in duck sauce.
He hosted the open mic when I first started coming around here.
Oh, wow.
He would host for like 10 minutes, do a long set, and then leave. He'd be gone. He'd be like, "Where's Joey Diaz?" Like, he'd just bounce.
Hey, I'm not going up every 5 minutes. I'm
Yeah,
not
he's like,
doing that. Every 3 minutes. Every
That's for
3
the
minutes.
fucking
He
birds,
hated
dog. And he hated the open micers like
Oh, it's
more than
awful.
anyone I've ever seen it.
But, I mean,
and
if
I'm a
you-
guy who has been accused of hating open micers. Joey Diaz put a whole new. He once whipped a handful of ice. I think at the aforementioned Scotty Barron. Just walked in the room and I'm like, "What the fuck?" Hit him like directly in the chest with like 5 big cubes.
Comics now would not
Wouldn't.
stand for how things used to be
No.
at all.
Nor would management here.
No.
That's true. That is also true.
I didn't
That
stand
was, you
for
know
it,
what?
But
You can say what you want about Dean. He did
He
totally
did what?
condone all that crazy.
Turn the blind
Oh,
eye, bro.
absolutely, because he wasn't going to get involved.
No.
He would have to do something if he
Yeah,
got
right.
involved.
That's a good
None of
point.
my business. I don't,
Yeah.
I don't do that.
I can't make a judgment. I can make somebody mad on either side. Yeah, back then it was a way different operation.
Oh,
That's not even that long ago to me.
No.
No.
And also, like, I mean, now they would film you or report you or, like the dumb shit that we would do to comics. Well, I didn't
yeah.
do it as
You
bad
get
as you guys
shamed,
did, but
really.
I would talk shit about them.
I didn't work here.
Did you ever host open mic?
No, once.
See?
Yeah.
You talk shit on the
awful.
comic?
That was too much
Yeah,
for
of
you?
course.
Oh, yeah, we would roast them bad.
The
I
only
mean,
way there was no one here. So the only reason you had to keep somebody here.
Yeah.
You
And
had
so
to
if you're
make,
like,
you had to entertain.
and if you're like, I'm with this show's great, then you're
Yeah.
like, fuck this show. This guy's in with it.
Yeah, you
Stop
gotta have
saying
their
it sucks.
trust.
I got a lot of that. I'm like, what do you want me to do?
I remember
There are only
David.
so many times you can say, this next guy's great.
You
before
love
they're,
him.
they're
Right,
like,
right.
yeah.
I would do that, but very sarcastically. You've been loving this show. This next guy probably going to fit right in.
Right.
Do you remember they let, I don't know who, if it was Tommy, I guess it was Tommy. He had Melissa Villasenor host open
One of
mic.
the weirdest intros I've ever seen
my
given.
God.
Combination of
Especially
things.
like I think Ari went up that night.
She brought
was
up
like,
Ari.
"This next guy.
She
Yeah.
brought up Ari
Was so
and
good.
said his name up top and then gave the intro after. I was
Oh.
like, this next guy is Ari Shafir.
she's
But then
so
gives like a
sweet.
long thing after it. I was like,
What he
what?
does is,
He's like, wait, do I come up now or do I wait? I'm going to wait here. I'll wait.
audience is like,
keep going.
do we stop applauding? Do we keep applauding?
So
Do we-
cute. She never did it again. She only did it that one time, I think.
Back then, Bobby Lee would host a lot.
Yeah.
David Taylor would host like a little bit
David
after
was
that.
great.
He would wear a
Yeah.
full like knee-length winter jacket. It wasn't like a cold room.
No.
No.
And he would
But-
sip like tea, like it was like this is for intelligence.
But he would also like get mad at like Tommy would tell him to put this person
Oh,
up,
he
and he
always
would be
did.
like, the guy in the booth that collected your money, like, and then he'd shit on Tommy
you
for
hate
like
this
4
man,
minutes,
look
and
to
then
that
bring up
room.
the person he asked him to bring up. It was amazing. I was like,
David, heard what you said.
and he'd come out, stop it, knock it off. Through the curtain. It was so great. David was a dick.
The best way to get anywhere with Tommy was to shit on him or scream at him.
Yeah,
That's
did-
really that was
I did
the
I didn't
both
do
in it
with him.
either.
I did both and it failed, but I was like the only one
Yeah.
who failed.
I didn't do it.
I screamed
I
at
didn't
him
do
once.
it. I was
You
always
kissed him one
polite to
night.
him. No, I did not.
You wanted that blue
You kissed-
iris residual.
You want to take that cyst? Give me that cyst.
Mike, you can just come to me, cut out the middleman. I've worked with Ron.
None of those things happened. None of those things ever happened.
By the way, I'm coming up. I just thought of more when I said Ron because that's her husband's name. The beginning of it is her husband riding a fucking tricycle built for an adult.
I'm done.
She's like, "You've been really bad." He's like, "You're acting crazy." He had like a big list. And I was like, "This is avant-garde."
Now I want. Now I
Very
do want
niche
you to get me a
market that's gonna be
copy.
into this one.
That is
Brody
so
did. He
exciting.
narrated it.
Right?
Yes. She has a cyst. You got it.
Spoiler
That's
alert.
how I knew she was the one. Yes,
I was cut out of the Blue Iris porno.
Do you guys? Do you miss those days more?
Yes.
Than I mean, not because it was still messed up though.
It's a lot more fun.
It was
was a
so
lot of
much
fun.
more. It's so
Definitely
much
a
more
lot more.
eventful. Like now, I just don't ever have any FOMO about. I guess it's good because
we're older,
we have
so
to be
it's-
home with
yeah.
our kids,
Yeah.
and I don't
But
feel
that,
like I'm
speak for
missing out.
yourselves. Mike and I are smart. Yeah,
Sandy and I
yeah.
are a couple, and we share a kid.
Yeah,
I pull out all the time.
Thank you. I sit in a hot
You're
tub
taking him.
immediately. Yeah.
By the way, Hims, if
Yeah.
you want to sue us, we don't know if those
Taking all the
alleged
Hims. I don't
Andy
take-
Lederman's remarks were true or not.
I don't take hims, I take thems. Just whatever.
Oh, the new pronoun. Smart.
Very
The
nice.
younger ladies like that better.
They love it.
They're like,
They
look
love
at this guy. He gets it.
This guy's with us.
But yeah, I liked when it was like performing on a pirate ship. That's what I used to
yeah,
call
exactly.
it. I
yeah.
was
You
like,
never
know,
knew what might happen.
Like now, if I do crowd work with someone, if I instigate it, someone from the staff will be like, oh, don't talk to the comic. I'm like, I talked to him.
right.
You're
right.
like, you're like,
It's
yeah,
not
I
his
have
fault.
to do it all the
Right.
time.
You know, and
or though when you need them, you're like, wait, is there any security?
Right.
Yeah.
Anybody?
When they have a
Yeah,
knife
when the
in
guy's
your throat.
stabbing me,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right.
they're like,
Anyone.
it's part of a bit. I'm sure he'll be fine.
He'll turn it around. Yeah. He's going to slip in the blood.
That's his thing. That's his thing.
He likes that kind of thing. He's a prop guy.
Nowadays, I walk around and just like pockets of comics being like, how big's your tour bus? What's your jet like? And
What
I'm like,
private jet you take?
this success
Yeah.
is lame.
Yeah, it used to be like you wouldn't know what might happen late at night. Like there might be a prostitute threatening to stab somebody if they don't suck someone's dick on stage while it's narrated by Don Barris. And now it's like, oh,
that
you
sounds
might,
like an
it
actual
might
event.
be Chris Rock might pop in or
Might be
Dave Chappelle.
Skeezy punching Tony Hinchcliffe
Yeah.
for no reason in the vein room.
Skeezy punched Tony Hinchcliffe in the face, and Tony got banned for a week for it.
Why?
That's hilarious.
My face was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And because he was telling me that I'm retarded, and
Oh,
Dean
is that
and
right?
Dean took
that's-
inception to that, dog.
In what?
Inception.
Yeah.
They should have given like a slip that you could keep if you were banned. Like you could frame, like a 1 week
Yeah.
banning,
Oh, yeah.
like a citation.
I've been
Have you
banned
ever
at the
been
comedy
banned?
store. All I got
For
was this
sure.
lousy T-shirt.
Yeah.
Have
At
any of
least a
you been
button.
banned?
I somehow never got banned.
I've never been
Same.
banned.
I've been shadow banned, where like they don't tell you you're banned, but you're banned.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
They quiet banned you to a new term.
I
that's out
called
there.
in
Quiet
avails
quitting.
all of 2018. Nothing. I don't know
Oh,
how that
wow.
happened, but it was just all of 2018, and then it changed.
Do you want me
I
to,
mean,
So
I
I was
wouldn't
like-
call it a ban, but I
want me
would
to call
say
Adam Egget right now?
That's I was gonna say that's Adam Egget. Like
That's
there's
just a move,
billion
yeah.
comics.
Yeah.
And he has a
was
huge,
screwed,
he's a
and-
huge dick.
He's like, who won't say anything to me?
Who's not going to
won't yell
bother
at
me about it?
Yeah.
confrontational.
Who
Mike
won't?
Black, you're off.
and
Yeah.
and he probably
Done.
loves you, but it just in
It's
his
life. I didn't.
The
make a big
Bushman was
thing
not
about
given
it,
spots for years. So I mean,
Yeah, well, that's good company.
Yeah.
Me and him would
Star
just go to
Search.
Starbucks and be like, "Oh, where do we go next?"
Tony. How much time?
oh shit.
Oh, I got. So
exactly
you
enough
guys
time.
want to stay?
Well, they're
here
gonna hold
and
the ship down.
You can
take
stay
it
and
over.
hold the ship, taking it over, guys.
I'm calling Holtzman. He's gonna come in.
I'm handing it over. And
Holtzman's in Thailand.
If you close it before, fine. If you don't, because I think you're on after. Oh no, there's one more.
I'm
and
like
then you're
6 after
me.
you.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, Leslie just came in. She's doing 3 hours. Leslie, Chris
I
Rock,
think
and
you're
Chappelle
going
are all
on.
here. The
whole
trio.
crew's here. Be hilarious.
They
if I
brought a
go
bunch
up
of
there and
comics
they're
from
like-
Europe too.
Seinfeld's here.
They got some.
Cirque du Soleil is
Yeah.
coming in to do a tight 15.
God Alamomo.
There's a pool up in the main room stage right now.
Mm-hmm.
They have Frank Lemmerman. You remember?
Oh,
Frank
I remember.
Do you?
Oh, Lederman was the
Night
best.
That was like right before I
the
showed up.
singlet, and Pauly Shore
Is he
encouraged
like
it.
the German guy? Or
He
something?
said, "I'm the
Yeah,
German
Big hair.
Pauly Shore."
I
Was
did.
in
I
here.
saw-
Right, right.
I called
Right,
him
I'll be back.
Nightcrawler because he reminded me so much of that X-Men character.
He had some pungent bo
Yeah,
European style.
and he always wore a full-on suit to really
And
sweat
he
it
wore
up
his
and
hair.
ferment.
Remember the guy in Kid and Play? Not Kid and Play, but they had a guy who would wear the hair. Or MC Hammer.
that-
He had the
MC
white
Hammer had a
play
guy
and
who would
play.
wear the. No, but he had the guy like the MC Hammer, had a guy who did his hair up like that. And
Yeah.
he would just put it with like a lot of product.
Lemmerman used all
He was
the
he was a
product
big prop comic.
that Germany had to offer.
German prop comedy.
When I showed up here, there were quite a few prop comics. Not a single one anymore.
No, prop comedy is it's a hot time. If you're a prop comic, get on TikTok, warm it
Yeah.
up.
Remember Bezo,
Oh yeah,
who had a
nipple snacks was his thing.
yeah, and
He had nipple
like,
rings. He would wear long chains.
He
He'd
was
put hot dogs on
technically-
them, then take a knife at him and carve them up.
Yeah, technically a prop comic, I guess.
He once pissed on stage into a bottle. I think Nick Youssef hosted a room right near where I used to live on Sunset. I think right next to Meltdown, or maybe it was Meltdown. Comic.
Might have been Meltdown.
And then no, it was a coffee shop, and then drank the piss.
Yep.
And Nick Youssef just puked all over the floor. So, all right, your next comic, watch out for that puke, that Bezo.
That's the appropriate response to that.
I like to think that Bezo was counting on that like, and then Nick will puke.
He definitely-
and then I'll do my next bit.
Definitely was inspired by Gigi Allen, I think. I think he may have
He
been
had
in
a
prison.
tattoo of an eyebrow, but it
yeah.
was green. It was like a green flame eyebrow. It was
Back
that guy
then, if
was
you
out of his
hosted, you
gourd.
did have to pick and choose of like who, like you can't fuck with the Bezo too hard because you're like, he could
Yeah.
easily kill me.
He has knives in his act,
Which is great
so
here.
that-
They're like,
yeah.
we can't not let him bring him in.
Right, yeah,
A crazy man.
Dean, are you sure we're
Bro, part of the act.
Part of the act. Freedom of expression.
Grandfathered in, bro. 1A, bro.
Grandfather in. He started coming here a week ago.
I don't know what that means.
I have no concept of time.
Fucking Bezo,
I'm
legend.
gonna open a smoothie shop in Maui.
I want to everyone should get together around that time and kind of come up with write some quick biographies
Yeah.
of these comics.
There should be a potluck reunion.
There's a whole I feel like you remember the Comedy Store documentary that they did. I feel like there's a missing 2 or 3 episodes of the dark times.
Yes, that is the more
that's the really
interesting
interesting story.
They did like the happy comedy store. You know what I mean? They missed a
The
lot of
happy-go-lucky.
darkness.
Right.
We're not going to talk about the haunting. We're not
Yeah.
going to talk about hand jobs behind the store and stuff like that. It's all just fun, good time,
Yeah,
happy.
oh, it's great.
happy,
And then
happy
they
thoughts.
made it big, and they became huge stars.
Yeah.
Where's Gaylord Dingler?
Yeah.
A legend.
Really, most of the stories were like, and then I went to the Comedy Store. 8 weeks later, I did my first movie.
Yeah.
So you're
That was the
leaving
80s,
out a
yeah.
few steps.
It's like I killed
Yeah.
one time. Next thing I know, I'm on a sitcom.
Yeah.
It's like
The documentary gives off the notion that everybody loved hanging out here because they were just coming, killing on stage, becoming super famous, and then going home.
Yeah, showered with attention from the moment they got here to the moment they left.
Yes.
and everyone
All
was best
positive.
friends.
Yeah.
Nobody OD'd. They just left. They just stopped coming here.
They
you
were
know?
just at home forever.
They just got too busy.
Yeah.
Counting
Don't
money.
talk about it.
Yeah.
Like everyone knows these stories. How can you just gloss over it?
Yeah, there's
And the open mic. And they didn't cover the dark years of like 2002 to like 2010 when no one was here.
right.
Like no comic because Eddie Griffin was doing
Like
8 hours.
there should be a whole episode on James Painter.
Oh yeah.
Just an entire hour on that dude alone. You know?
He left right before I got here, and
Sure,
I
you've heard
only,
every
I only
story.
just know all the stories and the impressions.
Yeah. Like how much pimp hand do you have to have where people who've never met you were doing impressions of you?
I remember like early
Comedy,
on
you
when I
know?
came here because I would see him like talking to open micers and I was like, if I can just like get that guy to like me.
Yeah.
That's the goal. And I was like, wait, why is that my goal?
Yeah.
So then I talked to him. He's like, hey, how hard are you fucking? Right? Like, yeah, maybe that wasn't a good goal to start with.
I remember running that show that I was running in Santa Monica, and he was in the back with me while this hot female comic was on stage.
Oh, yeah.
And he thinks he's whispering, and he goes, I would love to fuck her. And her boyfriend is standing right next to me, and I'm like, yeah. And he goes, you can watch, you chubby fuck. And I was like, shut the fuck up, dude.
James, please.
You're going to get both our asses
I gotta
kicked."
go, Black. Have a good show. You're like, no, stay here. Jesus. Back then it was a different time with ladies too, and some of
Yeah.
his techniques I don't know if
Yeah.
would be
I don't know.
encouraged nowadays.
It may be best that he stopped doing comedy when he stopped.
He would do a double arm on the wall, lock-in on a woman, like right in between it.
Wow, yeah.
And you're like, okay, maybe just let her get out of there for a minute.
I'm familiar with the one-armed version of that.
There's
but
a double.
Two is
double arm prison.
yeah.
He would have
hang out.
He would have sex with someone and then do a 10-minute set about the sex he had. with them the next
There was
day.
a waitress who
Yeah.
Eleanor got pissed because I remember I was an
Yeah.
open micer that time. And there was this waitress and there was like no one in the room, it was like 4 audience members with all the
Right.
comics. He's like, see that girl right there? The one with the long blonde fucking hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucked her. And she's shit in my bed. And she just she's a deer in headlights fucking about to serve these people drinks like 5 feet in front of the stage. And he just like, there she is.
Yeah.
Well, but who's here?
Is someone here?
No, Steve Byrne. They
He bumped you.
No, he showed up. They were waiting, and
got
so whatever.
We're talking about Adrian, and maybe I shouldn't have said her name.
Rocky. Oh,
Yeah,
Got
the infamous
Not
story.
Rocky. Yeah.
which,
that horsehair stapled to the back of her head?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a different time.
I loved her.
Yeah, I loved her.
But did you get mad and tell the story about why you were mad at me for getting in the middle? I didn't get in the middle.
No, I
just
wasn't
had
mad at
to
you about
calm
that.
it down. But everybody was like, "Oh, Eleanor, here comes Eleanor, the fun."
I was mad at you about accusing me of stealing jokes. I had a notebook out. I was jotting down like a bit. She's like, "No fucking writing in the OR." And I was like, "Whoa, Jesus, I'm one of the normals."
I didn't know that at that point.
Like, look at Skeezy over there. Just, he's doing stuff.
Hey, I just tattooed
got
that
a quarter.
asshole's bit on my arm, dog. Yeah, you know what? It was to the point where you could not just assume somebody was
No.
normal
No.
because they looked normal.
No way. And even if they like
No.
first appeared, like kind
You
of
can
seemed
have a
normal.
10-minute conversation, and then you're like, oh, it's starting
Oh,
to
yeah,
go.
that's crazy.
Yeah, or like 2 weeks later, you're like, "Oh, that guy's fucking."
I had the
nuts.
time I met Mickey. I thought he was normal.
No.
Seriously, I thought he was just a
He had sunglasses
stuntman
on?
or
You know
something.
why? You're from Colorado.
Yeah,
and he loves
there's
saying
a lot
he
of
loves
Sam
saying
Elliott dudes
he
out
loves, no, but
there.
he also loves saying Colorado.
Yeah, and he was.
Where are you from? There,
He seemed normal enough. Then he started getting into my ethnicity, and he was like, he started
Then he
really
started getting
freaky.
freaked out.
Yeah, then he got.
Why
real
you couldn't
intense.
tell that you were Mexican?
Yeah, he was
it
like,
turned
"What
him
are you
off.
exactly. And I was like,
He's like,
I'd rather not
"Tell
get
me the
into this
truth."
right now. We just met, dude.
Let me swab your cheek. And you're
Yeah.
like, why? Why?
And then he was like, I know what fucking game you're playing. And then he took off, and I was like,
I remember
oh, okay.
Ingram would always he'd always go he'd imitate. Mickey had a beautiful mustache.
Yeah,
Yes.
he did.
Beautiful.
One of the
Glorious.
best.
Like
Yeah.
a beautiful broom hand. What do you call it? A
Yeah,
broom?
so,
There's a term.
Broom.
No,
Handlebar.
whatever.
No, it was like a push broom
Rick,
kind of.
yeah, I think that's the
Yeah.
term. Rick would always smell his upper lip, and he'd be like, "What's that mustache smell like, Mickey?" And he would he would always do it to him. We disappeared once for like 5 years.
When he killed that guy. Who did he
No,
kill?
but he did disappear when he
Gaylord
killed Gaylord Dingler, allegedly.
Yeah,
But Gaylord, he
allegedly.
just hit him in the head with a bottle and left
Allegedly.
him to die. And Gaylord's never been the same.
And that's not illegal.
No, that's-
you can do that. That's
Yeah.
No, but he disappeared for
Allegedly.
like 5 years, and I was in the back. I was like, me, O'Neill, maybe John Little, a bunch of guys. And we're like, Mickey. Like we thought he was dead. He comes
Yeah.
back. Like, where have you been? Without missing a beat, he goes, at the front bar. Like, great. It's great timing.
You think they're homeless, and then he's ordering. I think it was Coors Light or Miller
Didn't he have a
Lite.
black card? Black
Yes,
card?
he gave me a black card, and I was like, "This guy has an Amex."
It said Mike Black on it.
It was Mike Black's
I mean,
car.
he colored it in, but it was
Yeah.
a black card.
Benji emailed with him recently too.
Benji
No.
is he wearing a yearbook?
Benji
He's
knows all
keeping
that.
he's
Does
keeping
Benji-
tabs. He's
Does he still talk to
he's with the-
Crispy Chicken?
Crispy was pushing hard on you, wasn't
You
he?
did that. Yeah,
I
him
wasn't
and-
me.
It was either you or O'Neill or
He's from
somebody.
O'Neill's hometown. They have a
connection.
yeah.
So
Synergy.
on MySpace, I
Hey.
get this long.
It was
Let's
that
see.
long
Look at that
ago,
face.
MySpace.
Yes, look at that face.
Was not me.
It was a long email or whatever DM.
They have DMs on MySpace.
I don't know what it is. A message.
Hey,
It wasn't public, so
he was
and I
great.
was like, "What the fuck? What was his real name again?" Or,
I don't know his name.
Crispy.
Yeah, that's what we called him. But
Crispy Chickenopolis.
because you put, they put whoever did it. I think it was those two. Whoever did it put a real name. My real name is blah blah blah, whatever it was. And but it was this whole long thing about how he's very wealthy and he come into some money.
not
Somebody
me.
died. And
I've been
he has all
pre-approved
this
for a
money.
Mike Black card.
I've always had a crush on you, and I want to take care of you for the rest of your life, so you don't have to wait tables anymore. Like dumb shit,
So he
whatever
got
it
real
was.
romantic, real like.
It was
Great
weird.
expectations
What else
type-
did it say?
I didn't write. I didn't, what the fuck are you talking about? Jesus.
Picturing
Is it
you and
trial?
O'Neill in
I'm
a
gonna
writing
call-
room. Like, what else do we put in here?
Let me call John
getting
Little.
soft.
If I'm going to be on trial, I'm calling my lawyer, John Little.
I don't know if you guys are getting the tone that we're going for here.
Oh my god, it was so funny. And I was like, this
He
can't
wore,
be
to
real.
paint a picture for those who don't know, he would wear all Hawaiian shirts.
Right.
He had a Tom Selleck style mustache.
Yes.
Yeah.
Salt
He had
and
good
pepper,
hair.
salt and pepper, curly hair, chest hair out of the flowing.
Bushy eyebrows.
Decent timing on stage. Of all the crazies, he had like some decent,
Yeah.
decent
Ooh.
stage presence.
Guitar.
No. He had the classic. I took my father to out for his birthday. He said super salad. He said,
Oh.
well, super sex. And he's like, I'll have this soup. I think.
Oh, it's like an old airplane.
It was like
right?
a
a
shitty
pilot
internet
joke.
joke.
Yeah.
He was like the Forest Gump of comedy. Like I think John Sheezer was watching a Dodgers game. And they're like, look at this guy behind the plate getting a little crazy. Crispy chicken, like dancing right behind home plate.
Remember
he was shot by the LAPD, buckshot.
Oh, yeah.
Came in like all fucked up. I got shot by the cops.
Damn.
He once looked at a bunch of us, and he
This
goes,
was the open mic circuit.
he goes, watch
by the
this.
way.
Yeah.
He goes, watch this, and there used to be a payphone in the back in the hallway behind the OR. Picks up the phone, puts money in. Yeah, 911. I got chest pains. Gets in the ambulance for a ride to his place. Or like near his place.
Oh, wow.
It's like, this guy's got it figured out.
I got chest pains. So how does he pay for the ambulance ride?
There's no money.
Yeah, what are they going to do?
What are they going to take? His Hawaiian shirt collection?
But he got all that money he was going to take care of me with.
Well, this is pre. I don't want to ruin the.
I'm
should've acted
sensing a
faster.
bit of regret, Ellen.
I should have responded.
I think it may have
just to
been-
see what came back.
They've been Dice getting some info.
Oh,
What do you like?
really?
Undercover.
Dice was catfishing you.
He would do
I'm dice
shit like
fishing
that.
you?
Like I got a new phone, and he would text me. From,
Mike Black,
Well, no,
you would
no,
call this
Andrew-
guy supposedly on fucking medication, doing characters.
It's not supposed. It was what's that called?
Come on,
Ambien.
Ambien.
I didn't know if you
And it
wanted that out
really,
there.
that's fine. He stopped taking it years ago.
I'm
But
taking this over here now.
but it
It
really does
freed
fuck
him
with
up.
people.
And he would fire off.
It only fucks with,
voicemails
it
at
only
2 in the
fucks with
morning.
90s comedians.
It's him, Arsenio Hall.
Eminem.
Roseanne.
Jay Leno was big. He was calling Annie. Yeah, I'd like to open for you. It's me, Jay. I'm on Ambien. You know,
Who's booking that show?
who's booking flappers over there?
I can host.
Hey, Lederman, that sounds familiar.
he
Is
is-
you related to David? Because I don't really like him.
Oh yeah, I saw that HBO show.
I'll take your spot. take his spot, your spot, everyone's spot.
I'm taking all the spots.
How many calls would you say Dice gave you?
In the
wow.
neighborhood of 3 dozen over a
Like
long
all in a
period
night?
of
I
time.
could picture him doing that in a night.
He would leave multiple ones in a night, like 3 or 4 in a night.
And if you saw him and you said like, "Hey, did you call?" Like, what would he say?
I would I would play him back for him.
What would
and
he say?
He'd laugh his ass off. And like
Isn't that
sometimes,
something?
sometimes it would connect to a thing that he was conscious of. Like one of the guys said, "Pardon my back" at some point.
Oh,
and he goes,
oh yeah, our friend. Yeah.
He goes, "Oh, I heard a guy say that, and it stuck in my head."
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
where that's from for
So
sure.
there's a
So
mobster.
there was some like
I smell Dice.
Shit in
pranks.
There's a
It could be.
mobster that we, whatever, a seeming mobster, whatever. I don't know what they are
he a
really.
chef
and
now?
so, no. And we were in the parking lot. We were all talking. And he only came in town once in a blue moon, but he would always come to see Andrew. And he was just this like mafia type-ish guy, right?
Doesn't
And-
seem like his fan base.
And so we were standing there talking, and the guy goes, I don't know how it happened, but I was behind him. So I was just like, just done waiting tables. So I kind of like stepped away, and he realized his back was to me. And all of a sudden he was like, "Pardon my back." We were like, I'm so sorry. I
Pardon
never
my
heard
back.
that before in my life. And,
Guy
and
signs-
all of us fell out laughing. We
He
were like,
pardoned
"What the
specific
fuck?"
body parts.
So-
Pardon my dick for hitting you in the mouth. You're like, oh, well, thank you.
Whoa, that was a big dick coming at me. Like
I appreciate
I don't
that.
know. Thank you for that.
Pardon my
but
back.
we say it all the time because we couldn't stop saying
Remember
it.
when he
After the
said,
guy
"Pardon
said
my
it,
back"?
It was so dumb. Excuse my back. Something like that. Excuse my back. It was the way he said it was so funny. Pardon my back.
Did he really nail you, or was it just like a like little contact?
No, he didn't touch me at all.
Oh, so you're just
had
saying like,
his-
"I apologize."
He had his
Oh, he
back
apologized for
closing-
not.
for closing
not
me
He
out.
was, he was
Back on you.
boxing you out.
It's a
Yes.
really polite.
He was
thing to
like
do.
Dennis
That's
Rodmaning
right.
you.
A polite thing to do,
He was
but he
being
may or may not
gentlemanly.
kill you in the dark.
Right, like if you don't pardon my back, there's going to be a problem.
There was another
So,
thing he
you know.
said that night. He
You
goes,
don't pardon my back. You'll have to be watching yours.
But you were such not a threat. Those guys like to face everybody. That he turned
true.
on
Yes,
you.
he-
That you knew you wouldn't
he
whack
turned
him.
and included me in the circle.
But he
if
knew you
will.
wouldn't kill him from behind.
Absolutely, I was safe.
But then he was
safe.
like, "Wait, why am I facing
Well,
back?"
another person, I forget how he brought it up or who he was talking about because we didn't even know half the people he was talking about. But he brought this person up and he goes, "I told him it gets dark at night for everybody." We were like, what?
Whoa. Poetic.
What's
What's he mean by that?
Well, that's what I say about Tuesdays.
Tommy, come on, man.
Tom.
Well,
This guy
That's-
gets it.
I live in Honduras. It's the same thing there.
Is it Honduras? I thought it was somewhere else you lived.
Because,
Has Benji done any research on Tommy? Is he going to fly to wherever Tommy lives to get some
I like this.
intel?
Benji bringing back the old open mic. is a
Roving
good
reporter
idea.
Benji Aflalo tracked down an open micer to China. Here he is.
Benji's the John Oliver of 2000s era
Yes.
potluck.
Yes.
Where he does deep dives on different potluckers and ding-dongers.
Yeah.
From
He should do-
2005 to 2010.
Bring him back, Benji and potluck friends. You know,
that would be-
be
Old, yeah,
amazing.
like there's a show in the Belly with like older school comics. They should bring back
Yeah,
old
yeah.
school open micers.
old school open micers that never made it. I mean, Apravi is still here.
I brought Gaylord back.
Tony
He was
Falcone.
found. I brought
Oh yeah.
Do you remember Henrietta?
Henrietta. Who's Henrietta?
She used to go up and just do a whole
Sometimes
thing about
bangs, short hair.
wanting to bang young dudes. She was a
I
little bit
do
older.
believe.
Sounds like
She was like in her early 70s.
sounds like
No,
Wi-
she was-
that's
no,
Wilder.
you're
thinking of
thinking
Wilder.
Wilder, yeah, that-
Hey,
yeah.
Dom.
Wilder, yeah.
She fucked Elvis like way back in like
Was it?
Oh, no, I'm
1920.
thinking of Karen Wyeth.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, I remember Karen Wilder.
Wilder was a
Winky,
senior
winky
citizen.
to the airport. I
Mac
love
Lindsay
Karen.
would park her car and be like, I'm going to fuck you, Wilder. Tommy would be like, you got to park her car. Mac's driving her crazy out there. So I was their personal car parker in and out of the fucking Comedy Store lot because Mac was talking crazy to a 90-year-old woman. How old she was.
Didn't she tell us she fucked Elvis or
Yeah,
something?
and Mac would be like, yeah, how hard you fuck it? Like crazy. I'm like, Mac, dude, she's fucking old. Who cares? I'm like, all right.
I remember she was in the kitchen holding court talking about fucking
She held Court
Elvis.
McCowan. She's holding. He's killing my back, dog.
Comforting him.
I used to sit on the many faces of Lon Chaney.
Mac's like, show me your tits. All
Let
right.
me see ya.
He
Mac's
trained.
so funny.
Mac trained. Was it Matt Edgar? The famous training story?
Yeah, the famous training story. Did you worked a lot? Oh, you didn't work
I
here.
worked a
You
lot.
worked
The
a lot.
first day I worked a lot. It's because Boone showed his dick to you and O'Neill.
Oh, you
and
took my
quit.
shift.
And I did.
That
I
was the-
deceit the
that was the needle.
OR.
You're welcome.
How come nobody
Check
presses
IDs.
charges against these people? That's the one they don't listen to? I don't understand what's
I
happening.
should have sued for that. Was my one chance to make money.
Yeah.
here, and I missed it.
I mean,
blew it.
Edgar has more charges than anybody I've ever
Yeah,
met.
he's up there 'cause he's such a young hunk.
Edgar.
Oh, yeah.
Matt.
She doesn't say words correctly.
The Edge.
Edgar.
Yeah.
She says
Edgar.
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 Dave Eggers.
Edgar.
Matt Edgar.
J. Edgar Hoover.
Say his name.
With a D.
Yeah, Edgar.
Edgar.
You say Edgar.
Matt Edgar.
There you go.
I like that you rolled your eyes and still couldn't do it. You were like,
She's like, take
whatever.
your time.
Edgar.
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 The Edge. The
Wooder.
Edge.
Wooder.
Wooder.
This weird flowers for
Let's drink.
Algernon.
You know the guy.
thing that we're
More
doing.
The guy at the egg.
You know.
Hate you. Get a piece of...
How did Mac train him?
Well, so Mac, when he was training the Edge, he made him sit on his lap.
While driving, which is crazy. How the fuck do you drive
I
like
forgot
that?
about that.
How do you drive like that?
Now, to start the car, you'll need the keys, which are in my pocket.
Take them out, please.
What's in your front pocket? Because that's jamming in my asshole.
That's the epitome of it's a different era. Because
Yeah,
if you
the
did
club.
that now, they'd be like, what? What?
Wait, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And Matt also, the Edge got chased around
He got chased around by
Naked.
by Danny Bialak.
Naked
Who
on
was naked? Him or the other
both
person?
of them.
And Boone was chasing
And
after
Boone
him
was-
like a
yes.
Benny Hill.
Yeah.
And then that was the. This was down. That was New Year's Eve on Sunset Boulevard, packed Sunset Boulevard. And then that was crazy. I remember seeing that. Be like, this is fucking nuts.
You're like, this.
That was the night that
Wow.
Boone saw Danny's penis, and he said, "Oh, Danny's penis looks like a crushed cookie." And so he was a little spoiled on him
got
for a
over
bit.
it. He got over it. He
It
got
sobered
over
him
it.
up.
That was his Matt Taylor phase after that.
I think he said,
Oh.
his penis looks like a toe, but I'd suck it. Someone, I think somebody I saw online may have been John Sheezer, who I brought up earlier, was like, "Is Boone dead?"
Oh,
And I was like, I was
sent
like,
it to you.
fingers crossed.
Speaking of old bollockers, Johnny Carnivale told me that. the
Another
other
open
day.
micer of that era.
Yeah.
You saw him
he-
at a wedding.
He was at a certain.
Of the open mic
He was in
whisperer.
Benji's wedding.
The open mic whisperer. He just pumps them for info. Who are you talking to out there? Who's out there? What are they
He's just
doing?
inside.
I need to
man.
know what's going on. Yeah.
I've never laughed so hard than anything he said at that wedding. It was very funny because it was so fish out of water.
I can't even imagine.
Because it's at the Four Seasons. It's all
Right.
like, Beverly Hills.
Between
high
him and
society.
Little, I don't know. It's frightening.
A lot.
Yeah.
Little managed to fit in much better.
Really.
By the way, I heard a tale of, were you sitting at Little's table?
No.
I heard he was sitting, and this is the best filet mignon I've ever had in my life. Guy next to me says he's got something wrong with his stomach. You want that? I'll have that plate. Guy gives him his plate.
Shut.
Somebody else they're on a diet. I took some of that plate. This guy's made 3 fucking plates at a wedding of people he's never met. These aren't like friends.
Yeah.
No relation. They're not cousins. 3 strangers. You imagine a guy at a wedding, say, like at prison, like, you gonna eat that steak? You're like, this guy looks crazy. I'll give it to you.
Let me take your tater tots. Like,
You want
no.
that? That's a carrot wedding cake. You gonna have that? I'll take that.
To Little's credit, he's really good. If he thinks the men with the net are close, he can sober up pretty quick. I've seen him do it like at the drop of a hat.
Like they're coming
He's
with the
like, "I'm
straight
normal."
jacket.
He could be either businessman or like Michael Douglas falling down, where you're like, he can
very easily. He
teeter.
rides that line
Sometimes
pretty
in the same
well.
conversation.
Yeah.
Do you want your steak? To some random, I don't know who it was. Or
I hope it was like a relative
gonna
of
finish that?
Benji.
Benji, the guy's like,
The
great
Benji-
wedding. Met a
Who's
weird
that
guy.
guy?
Met an interesting friend of yours, John.
Was he one of those open micers you hang out
I made
with?
up I had a stomach problem because he was eyeing my steak the whole time. This is the best filet I've ever had. 4 seasons. Man.
Man, you
I think,
turned into
I think he
Frasier
was
on
checking tables for not
just-
eating steaks.
it. Looking over at other people. You did with that? That's
What's
amazing.
that table do? They got steaks over there?
What's the Tupperware situation here tonight?
He had lined his pockets.
What's going on? Yeah.
I didn't get any fish. Anybody have fish they don't want? Yeah.
I had
oh
the
my
turf.
God.
I could use some of that surf.
You got a Ziploc bag, something? You know? I got a
Doggy.
long road trip.
What
Wrap
a
it up.
fucking character. Oh my God.
At a wedding where he knows almost no one. Not a lot of people.
No
A handful.
one.
I mean, he knew a handful, like some comics, but not like the majority. I
Yeah,
would
he
assume.
knew whatever the name is.
You Benji's dad? You got a lot of money, don't you? All right.
You one of those elites?
Okay. What are you, Persian?
Whoa.
You Israeli? What are you?
1%er?
What kind are you?
Is that what
Yeah,
What do you tell? You paying taxes? You need a good lawyer? I'm taking the bar soon.
yeah. Me and Kim K.
What did Carnivale say? What was his big?
He was like, he had mentioned it maybe 7 times.
Wow.
That Polly wasn't wearing a tie.
To him?
to
It
me,
bothered him?
then I would overhear him say it to somebody else.
He's like,
He could be, can you believe Polly's not wearing a tie? I'm like,
He's a pretty casual guy.
his brand?
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah,
it's like-
he's an
Was he in a
executive.
blazer?
He was wearing a blazer and then he took it off and he was kind of just wearing like a t-shirt and jeans.
What's Polly at a wedding like? What is that like?
Pretty much
Same
the
as when you
same.
see him
Yeah.
here.
Same as Father
Okay.
of the Bride.
Like, yeah, he
exactly
yeah.
the same as.
Yeah, yeah.
I wonder if little. You want that, Polly? You can eat that filet?
Dude, here you can have it spatch.
Spatch. What is spatch exactly?
So when I first started going on the road, Polly would be like, dude, come here, I got to tell you something. So if it's time to leave or I want to get rid of somebody, I'll go like this on my neck and just scratch my neck really lightly like this. It means spatch, as in spatula. Like get them, like fling them away from me.
Flip them over. They're burning. Man. How many women right now are listening like, wait, I was spatched in the years ago.
Come to think of it.
In my head, because they were saying like somebody got in trouble for saying spaz. I think it was Beyonce or something like that. And
Yeah.
I thought that was what
Lizzo,
Pauly
maybe.
was, somebody, but
They
that was
both
what
did. Both of
Pauly
them.
was
No,
saying.
babe, I'm inclusive.
Oh, that's so nice of you, Pauly. Or how do I didn't
Yeah,
know.
I took Davey Webster on the road with me in Skeezy.
I didn't know what spaz I never used that word in my life. I never.
Spatch.
You were in the streets,
Spat.
so you
Yeah,
were
we
saying
didn't-
worse than that.
100%. Why would we waste a word on that?
You were just dropping N-bombs and a lot of different things.
Okay. Close.
Was Holtzman at the wedding? Did he fly back from Thailand or wherever the fuck?
Holtzman was a no.
He was an alternate. Oh,
He's like, John, you can come. You're taking
John,
Holtzman.
you can take Holtzman's spot.
They don't have a vegan option. I'm not coming.
What do they got over there? Filet mignon? Another one, bitch.
You gonna eat that, bitch?
He would put
just starts
he loves that
yelling.
hot mustard on his Instagram videos, the Chinese food.
Oh, yeah,
Give me
yeah.
that hot mustard.
Got extra hot mustard. Well, I've gone out to eat with him so many times, and he'll get everything collected, just like the videos.
He orders, seems like he orders a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Big orders.
And we were doing Reno together, and at the Laugh Factory, they give you.
Really mad. Reno seems like he'd be right
The
at home.
vouchers for the restaurants
Yes.
there. Yeah,
And
yeah.
hey, how many vouchers you got left? How many? I go, well, how many times are you coming out?
vouchers?
Yeah. He goes, we brought one of the Creepy Mike, or the guy who comes to all the shows. Rick named him Creepy Mike, but he's really
You
a
would
nice
know
guy.
if you saw him.
If
There's
you
two
saw him,
dudes. They're the Bert and Ernie who are here like every night. One guy wears a dice jacket and he looks like Michael Myers, like that.
Right, yeah.
You're like, is there
postman
a
in
mask
Long
on?
Beach.
He's just pale, empty.
Yeah.
And then the friend seems normal, but he's here like every fucking night.
That's half my audience.
Oh, yeah.
They've seen you, I
They're the
guarantee
best.
it.
I'm
Yeah.
sure they stay and watch.
If you
it.
guys are listening,
yeah.
I love you. Don't kill me.
Yeah, please don't kill.
But so Mike came to Reno, and Holtzman's like, well, what are you, independently wealthy? And I think independently. So I said, why don't you come eat with us? Because I felt bad. He came to see us in Reno, right? And he goes, he's paying for himself. And I go, no, we got 90 vouchers, bro.
Yeah.
I'll just use a voucher. Oh, that's coming out of your voucher. Like, he was not letting it go. I was like, all right.
He traded him a voucher for cash. He's like, I'll take $15.
I got all my vouchers, and he's got them all stacked neatly in
Wasn't
a
he
folder.
friends with like all the staff at the hotel? Like
Oh, absolutely.
first name basis?
It random, not just the club. Like we'd be walking in the lobby. Oh, there goes Sue. Sue's been here since 1948, and I'm
The
like,
grandson's
what?
sick.
How do you
Like, what? Holtzman.
He had all the information on everybody. The guy's cleaning. He's got a garbage can. He's got a dustpan and a broom. And this is Joe. Joe lives down the street, and he also works. I'm like, oh my God, leave the guy alone. He goes, oh, hey, Brian.
For his
I'm
stage
like,
persona, off stage, very friendly, especially with
Yeah.
strangers.
Yeah.
Like loves learning information about random
Random
people.
strangers, gets information.
He's like a senior citizen of like, I want to talk to this person for 2 hours.
I'm not entirely sure it's all reliable though, because he once told me, he was like, Mike Black. This was a week ago. He was like, Mike Black, you've been out here since I've been out here. I was like, when did you come out? He was like 1984. I was like, I didn't move here till 2000, but okay. He's like, but I remember your name, and I was like, yeah, you got that much.
You crossed it all over, but
Sure,
yeah. I wasn't here.
You
when
came out here as a fairly young child in the 80s.
Right, yeah. I was like, this comedy boom's not
You
going to
were
last
hot.
forever.
And hooked up with Holtzman
I got to get out
immediately.
there. I immediately got here, started working the door at the comedy store.
At 7 years
Everyone
old.
Absolutely.
knows. Yeah.
It's amazing.
When I hosted, there was this kid who would come in with his dad.
Billy the Kid.
And he would fucking
Oh, yeah.
sit on the front patio and I'd be like, "This is the summer." I was like, "This kid fucking like, what are you doing? Why are you here? Like, this is terrible."
I'm going to make it.
For every Chappelle, there's like a guy like that whose
Yeah.
dad's like writing him bits, and I'm like, "This
was
sucks.
that. Is he still in it? I wonder. I can't think of what he looked like.
It's I was Billy Eichner, young Billy Eichner.
Well, could have been. Could have been.
No, I don't know. I have no
Still
idea.
on
That
the
was-
streets.
those were the
Ask
days.
Benji where he is.
Those were the days when Shia LaBeouf's dad would come around.
That I remember,
I had some
but it was
problems
just
with
him, Hank.
Just
Yeah.
Jeff. I had
Yeah.
some run-ins with him.
Yeah.
Dean Gelber sold me down the river, right to
Oh, no.
right to Mr. LaBeouf's face.
What happened?
Mr. LaBeouf.
He was wasted. He would drink Budweiser and he stunk like beer. And like anytime he would go up, he was terrible. But he was real aggressive about, you got to put me on. I'm like, you're not on the list, dude. Like, I don't give a fuck who you are.
Right.
So he's like, I brought all those people, and they were like all like 21-year-olds, like on the side and the booth. I go, I don't give a fuck who you brought, man. And then he kept coming. He fucking grabbed me. I go, don't touch me. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
So then Dean, he goes and runs the Dean. He's like, bro, you got to put him up. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I'm like, why?
He just
He's
put
like,
his hands on you.
and so I shit all over like the people he brought. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you losers that you're here with this old man who's going to come up here and bomb? He goes up there and he's like, look at this bag of weed I had. It was like this big bag of weed. And I was like, yeah, great. You're like
It's oregano.
75. But then I looked over and Shia LaBeouf was in the middle of everyone sitting there.
Shit.
And I was like, I don't give a fuck. I was like, what is,
Yeah.
that's why
I mean, not
where I'm at
who
in
cares?
Hollywood.
Yeah.
I got silent blackballed.
That's what happened.
On that same potluck, I went up and shit on him because he bombed so bad, even with all those people there.
Oh, he tanked.
And Shia and his friends just heckled the shit out of me.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
I may have turned them. They would be like, wait, fuck this place.
We're gonna turn this fucker upside
He's like,
down.
you guys are allowed to heckle.
Let's start
bro.
with this guy.
Feel free to heckle everybody here.
We can heckle this guy, no problem. Well,
You could have been in Peanut Butter Falcon.
I
and
could.
Oh,
You know what? I
man.
watched that movie, the autobiographical one about him
and
that he
Yeah.
made. I'm like, why would he support
That he
his
said
dad?
he
He
that
said,
much?
it was like he hated his dad. His dad was pushing him like that Billy the Kid's dad.
But you heard the update. He lied about all of it. He was like,
Oh, he did?
That was all bullshit.
Oh,
He was
really?
like, that
oh,
whole movie
Shia
was,
LaBeouf.
yeah.
Oh, really?
But he's as reliable as Holtzman saying you were in the 80s, I think.
Right,
He
yeah.
just converted to
As far as
Catholicism.
he knows that this is the truth.
He's
but
Jewish
yeah.
and he just became a Catholic because he was doing movie research.
That makes
This is-
perfect
I was
sense.
like, yes, we lost one.
Is that me again?
Yeah.
Jeff Scott did the same thing. He's like, you've been
Me?
here since 1994. Like, yeah,
That's
Jeff,
hilarious.
I have. Yeah.
All right, I gotta go up this time for real.
Okay.
That's
You
how
guys
we
miss
call
me?
it.
You want to wrap it up?
Yeah.
Let's
Do you have
call
anything
it.
to
We'll
promote?
escort you upstairs, like security.
Gidley's on it, man. I know what's up. He came down here swinging his fucking hair around.
Gidley's Believe It or Not.
We
Telling
got
everyone what's what.
all right.
Not gonna lie,
Promote
I didn't
anything?
know his name until right now.
Well,
Tony Gidley. Oh, he's a sweetheart.
But I love you if you're listening, Tony.
he's right there.
Do you think
Oh,
he's
I love you,
right
Tony.
behind you? He's working. He's Danny Lucas
Well,
tonight. So
don't
Makes
like
some-
me.
He
now he's
makes the
gonna play
magic
music
happen
your
here.
whole set.
Now I've been permanently banned.
There you go. All right. Thank you guys for coming. You have anything to promote? You don't care?
Have we met
Nothing?
before? I have
So
nothing to
sorry.
promote.
Yeah, I'm on TikTok. That's
There
it.
you go. TikTok. You don't stop.
If I apply to a day job near you, hire me. That's what it's
It's all
called.
coming to a
Guys,
close.
I'm headlining Soul Joel's September 30th. So
Barry Soul
come
Joel's?
out, Philadelphia. Well, Pottstown, whatever. It's outside of Philly, whatever. But Soul Joel's September 30th.
How do
Come
you
out.
spell that?
Soul, Soul, Joel, Joel.
Edgar.
Oh, I was thinking of another place called
Yeah.
Soul Joel's in Koreatown.
Soul Joel's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a different one.
It's a different one. It's a spa.
Okay, you guys are
you guys are talking about
creepy.
Soul Glow.
That sounds.
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
give happy endings, but only in a dome in Pottstown.
Follow Benji Flalo for all
Yes,
news
for
of
all
vocal
the
micers.
Comedy store.
If you ever came to the comedy store
Thank
for
you,
potluck in
guys.
2006, follow Benji
Sandy
Flalo.
Danto, Mike
can find
Black,
a
Jeff
computer.
Danis, thank you.
Yeah.